Okay. Okay.
Five minutes from airtime. This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1.
Ready. Back in the Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio Studios, the Coachable with Brad. Now, Brad, 3 bowl games tomorrow, including the first playoff game between Oklahoma and Alabama. What are you watching?
Well, all of that. Looking forward to our biggest day
This
of
is
bowl season. And then, when
Radio
college
Channel
football
1.
playoff kicks off, that'll be a fun one coming
4
up tomorrow night.
minutes, 30
Now back to
seconds.
Elvis Gallegos, Chris Mykowski, and Kyle Jones for the fourth quarter of the Xbox Bowl.
No doubt.
This tree going over here.
This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1.
These good. They're playing
4 minutes
all
from
year.
airtime.
That should. Is that yellow?
No, that's not it.
Well, this is Arkansas State.
Anyways,
Oh,
yeah.
This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1. 3
That's
minutes,
so
30 seconds from airtime.
An echo. No. They're not that, right? Yeah, correct. Correct. I think it's yeah.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah, but we really want to keep the
7
bowls.
minutes.
This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1. 3 minutes from airtime.
Bowls for the
This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1. 2 minutes, 30 seconds from airtime. This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1. 2 minutes from airtime.
The Hit Music Channel, 102 WVAQ.
somebody inside of it.
This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1. 1 minute, 30 seconds from airtime.
Space. So therefore.
Ooh.
This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1. 1 minute from airtime. This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1. 45 seconds from airtime.
What the middle of the ground looks like.
This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1. 30 seconds from airtime. This is Bowl Season Radio Channel 1. 15 seconds from airtime.
So it kind of open it like this. Oh, Master Chief is here.
It's halftime at the Xbox Bowl. To recap the first half, here are Hoppy Kercheval and Kyle Wiggs.
From the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, it's the first ever FBS matchup at the world headquarters of the Dallas Cowboys. This is the inaugural Xbox Bowl on Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio between the Arkansas State Red Wolves and the Missouri State Bears. Alongside former TCU Horned Frog Elvis Gallegos, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Chris Mankowski will join us shortly from the sideline. Elvis, two teams that are excited to be a part of Coca-Cola Bowl season. Missouri State, of course, won 7 games in their first FBS season, while Arkansas State is the only team to start 1-4 here in 2025 and still make a bowl game. Another similarity between the two, they both did it on the shoulder of 2 strong quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's right, Kyle. I mean, we're going to see 2 great ones tonight. Different guys, but very productive in their own way. From Missouri State, it's taken Florida, 6'5", 220 pounds. Over pocket passer, big arm, high IQ, very, very good player, very productive, close to 3,000 yards in the air. On the other side for Arkansas State is Jalen Rayner. He's more of a dual threat. This guy's close to 3,000 yards also in the air, but over 600 on the ground. Very productive, a great leader. We'll talk a lot about him and his way he closes games or did it this year for Arkansas State. So I expect a lot of points tonight for Frisco.
Just because it's the Xbox Bowl, both quarterbacks ranked above 80 overall in the most recent college football video game. Jalen Rayner to Arkansas State, Jacob Clark for Missouri State. Tonight also marks a coaching debut for a familiar coaching name. Chris Mankowski is down on the sideline and has more.
Primo will be the interim coach tonight for Missouri State. He said it's been business as usual since Ryan Beard left to take the head coach job at Coastal Carolina last week. Primo admitted this feels like an audition of future opportunities. He literally advice from his dad, Bobby. You can't call a game scared. Stay aggressive. Stay confident. Regardless of how well tonight goes, though, Nick will not be the permanent head coach at Missouri State. Today, the Bears announced that SMU offensive coordinator Casey Woods will be the program's new leader, Kyle.
Thank you very much, Chris. Let's go ahead and check in with Hoppy Kercheval and Brad Howell back in studio, guys.
All righty, thanks, Kyle. Brad, how do you see this matchup tonight?
Well, the guys did a great job there of previewing it. And I think one of the very fun pieces of this is both quarterbacks that they just mentioned, really talented, and you don't always get that this time of year. So 2 experienced quarterbacks. And then on the Missouri State side, just like we saw Delaware last night, making its first appearance in a bowl game as they've moved up to FBS. So a lot to watch in tonight's game.
We'll be with you throughout the game tonight from the Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio Studios at halftime. Highlights from our game and a look ahead to a busy bowl season tomorrow. Now we're ready for the start of the Xbox Bowl on Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio. Here again, Elvis Gallegos, Chris Mankowski, and Kyle Yeomans. Kyle.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Missouri State out of Conference USA, 7-5 this season, their first ever FBS Bowl. Arkansas State 6-6 out of the Sun Belt. They are 5-7 all time in bowls. They won the 68 Pictures Bowl a season ago. It's a packed house inside Ford Center, world headquarters of the Dallas Cowboys. It is the first ever Xbox Bowl on a night of first in Frisco. Glad you're with us here on Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio. Back to receive Jamarie Robinson and Dash Luke for Missouri State. It'll go to Luke right at the goal line. He takes it up the left half guard, makes a move at the 10, and he is swarmed by Arkansas State in black jerseys. The Red Wolves did win the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, and they will have Missouri State in 4 field position to start at their own 11-yard line. We'll have an opportunity to see Jacob Clark early. Our starting lineups are presented by Coca-Cola. Game day calls for an ice-cold Coca-Cola because fan work is thirsty work. Coca-Cola, the official sponsor of Coca-Cola Bowl Season. Clark, the senior quarterback, 6'5", 220 pounds. A transfer from Minnesota, only played 1 year with the Golden Gophers. He was originally from Rockwall, Texas, playing his final collegiate game in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. He said earlier in the week he feels blessed to have an opportunity to play in front of family and friends. From his own 11-yard line, he looks to his left, throws over the middle, had a tight end, and Jared Askren, it's overthrown and incomplete. 2nd down and 10. The starting lineup, Shamari Lawrence is the running back for Missouri State, all-conference second-team honoree. Dash Luke, Jamarie Robinson, and Ronell Johnson were the starting wide receivers. Jared Askren is the starting tight end. It is Mahat Way at the left tackle spot, filling in for Ebube DK Nabubu, who is an all-conference honoree who has entered the transfer portal and is not available tonight. So a new left tackle for Missouri State. Man in motion is Luke. They hand it to Lawrence. He is swarmed behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost one on 2nd and 10. He's back to his own 10-yard line, and it sets up 3rd and 11 for Clark and company. Rest of the offensive line for Missouri State, Mark Hutchinson, Cash Hudson, John Curtis, and Eric Cade from left to right are the 5 up front for the Bears. On the defensive side, Arkansas State has one of the best front sevens in the group of 5, especially in the Sun Belt. 5 different players in their front 7 named to an on-conference team in the Sun Belt. And they have an early 3rd and 11 situation on defense. 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Running back in the backfield is Lawrence. Clark out of the shotgun, takes 2 steps back, has to step in with the pressure, avoids the early pressure, throws a stiff arm to the 12-yard line, and he's taken down at the 13. Tried to scramble for some extra yards there, Elvis, but could not get away.
Yeah, you're just not going to move the sticks when you get these 3rd long situations against Arkansas State. Very good defense. We're talking a lot about their front, but really what went wrong for that first series is you missed on 1st down. You had a wide open tight end. You got some good pass protection. You didn't connect. Now you got the punt it on 4th and long.
13:30 left to play in the first. It's a quick 3 and out for Missouri State. And one of the big keys for this offensive line was a couple missing pieces up front, especially Nabubu. Glaring, they've got to protect Jacob Clark.
Yeah, the game's won up front. We talk about that all the time, protecting the quarterback, getting after him. That's going to be something to watch all night.
This one booted away by Stuart McDonald. It's an end-over-end kick, reeled in at the 45-yard line, going backwards on the return is Jalen Benelli. He is chopped down at the 44, but still good starting field position for Arkansas State on their opening drive behind the strength of quarterback Jalen Rayner. Kelly, 2 300-plus yard games in 2 of his final 3. Overall, he can move it with his legs, over 3,000 yards passing on. Carolina has been a mainstay behind center for Arkansas State. Kenyon Clay is the starting tailback. They'll start with 3 receivers, Chauncey Cobb, Corey Rucker, who could set some Arkansas State histories tonight, and then also Tyler Fortenberry, the tight end, the starters up front for Arkansas State. The motion Clay in the backfield. He's to the left hip of Rayner. Motioning the tight end now as well, and flags fly. Both officials throwing a flag from behind the line of scrimmage and in front of it as well. Not sure we have a ref, Mike, but it was a false start up front. Ken Ray is our head official out of the Mountain West. Are these officials tonight? Riley McGee, he is the left tackle. Baker North left guard. Mason Myers the center. Will Saxton at right guard, and Alaric Watson at right tackle. This one thrown to the right side. It's a tight completion. Caught past the 50. First down, yardage to the 40, and he's escorted out of bounds. Jason Benelli, who, of course, we talked about earlier as the return man. He is a weapon on this Arkansas State offense.
Yeah, you see really good hands there because that was excellent coverage by Missouri State. Ball thrown really well, great hands. Good job after the catch, picks up the sticks.
Stacked receivers to both sides of the formation. Play action. Rayner looks right, finds his tight end, Tyler Fortenberry. He's inside the 25-yard line, down to the 23.
And you see the tempo that they want to play at, already getting to the line, snapping it before the communication gets through to Missouri State. That's going to be another thing to watch. They want to play fast.
First and 10 from the 24-yard line of Missouri State. Again, 2 receivers to both sides of the formation. Cobb and Rucker to the bottom of the formation. Top of the formation is Summers and Benelli.
He was obviously the Tennessee
still the
job,
tailback
and
to the
he was
left
at
of Rayner
Alabama
behind the line.
with some sort of
give it to Clay.
job.
First run of the day. He has some space. Makes a move at the 20-yard line. Cuts upfield and has first down yardage again. Chunk plays working early as Arkansas State is all the way down to the Bears' 11-yard line.
And that's a good job of checking with the staff at the line. They get set. They look. They like what they see. They take too high. Hey, we can run it here inside split zone, and they do it, pick up another first down. They're clicking early.
Arkansas State in the all-black uniforms, chrome red Wolf on the side of each helmet. They fake it. No, they give it to Clay again, and he maneuvers forward inside the Missouri State's 10-yard line down to the 7.
So he's a big bruiser, man. He's 6'1", 6'2", 220 pounds. I like the way they have two different styles of back. We'll see Clay. We'll see Devin Spencer, who's probably more your explosive home run hitter, if you will. So they love to change it up. But obviously in the red area, you're going to give it to the big man.
Yeah, Clay took over the starting role against Arkansas back in week 2 and hasn't let up from there. 470 yards on the season. 2nd down and 6 from the 7-yard line. Play action. Rayner looks left. It's pressured off the right side. Bowl. It's a touchdown for the Red Wolves.
Boy, what a great job of just using his eyes to move the defender. Great touch. Rayner, excellent job. Line gave him plenty of time. Boy, I think it's Dixon, the nickelback, that got beat on that end. And when he sees that, he's going to beat himself up because he's in man coverage. He just took his eyes off his man and gives up 6 there.
Wide open on the left side of the end zone. Rayner saw it all the way through, was patient enough to let it finish. And Benelli has the opening score of the inaugural Xbox Bowl. Quite the statement by Arkansas State as the PAT is up from Clune Van Andel. And it is good. 7-0, our score. You're listening to Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio, home of the Xbox Bowl.
This is an Xbox, and this is an Xbox that takes calls. This is an Xbox when you need a study break. This is you enjoying seamless gaming on the go with the new ROG Xbox Ally. And this, that's a beatbox. To recap, this, and this are all Xboxes. And this is you gaming wherever, whenever, however. That's an achievement unlocked. The choice is yours. Play Xbox on your favorite Xbox device.
Tim, I'm receiving an important update.
Ooh, are you getting night vision?
No, I just found out you can get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender.
So, no night vision?
No night vision.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org/auto loans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loan must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply.
It takes a different breed to be the first to respond, the first on the scene, the first to tackle disaster head on. At ServPro, we witness the bravery of first responders almost every day. So to all those who never give a second thought to being the first ones in, this game's for you. ServPro, proud supporter of our nation's first responders. Wake up, scroll, eat, school, work, TV, podcast, eat, scroll, sleep, rinse, repeat. We've all been there, stuck in the same routine, day in and day out. But in the U.S. Air Force, you can put an end to this endless cycle. With over 200 career options at bases across the entire globe, your exciting future starts here. To learn more and get started, go to airforce.com. Aim high.
Resorts World Las Vegas, where your weekend wins big. 3 luxury hotels, Hilton, Conrad, and Crockford's, plus world-class dining and unforgettable entertainment, all under one roof. Discover more at rwlasvegas.com.
Well, the Red Wolves strike first in that first series, in their first possession, 5 plays, 55 yards, 208, and a 7-yard TD by Jalen Benelli. And Rayner, 3 of 3, Kyle, 43 yards. We've heard a lot about this kid. Cool, calm, collected. There you see him, just really explosive, good throws. And I think the key about him and his success is what we've heard about his leadership ability. I think it's been 3 games that they've won this year by 1 point. you do that late in the game when guys believe in you, when you're a true leader. So I'm excited for him tonight, and just a great way to start the bowl game tonight.
No doubt about that. You had the 3-and-out by the Arkansas State defense.
Yep.
Really got after Jacob Clark, the opposing quarterback from Missouri State, and then you had your quarterback really dice up this Bears defense to start this drive. It's quite the statement early.
Yeah, they got comfortable. They ran the ball well. Their tempo was really good, and Jalen was sharp.
Teed up and ready to boot it away is Clayton Amani. Of course, the same two back for Missouri State, Robinson and Luke. It will be Dash Luke from his own 5-yard line, takes it up the right side, has a blocker out in front, turns the corner at the 25, but he's caught from behind. A last-second effort to possibly take that touchdown try away. Marquise Williams with the stop, and there was some room to run for a dangerous kick return.
Yeah, but you see how well these guys close, too. Arkansas State, the one thing you watch them on film, whether it's special teams or defense, they're just violent. They run, they fly to the football. They're real physical. Missouri State, if you get an opportunity, you got to take advantage of it. We saw it in that first series when they were on offense there. Hey, if it opens up, you got to get big plays on them, because these guys on defense for the Red Wolves, man, they'll hit you in the mouth.
Let's check in about more on Arkansas State with Chris Mikoski.
Kyle, Arkansas State became the 13th team since 2000 to start 1-4 and make a bowl game. More on their comeback after this play.
Clark back to throw on 1st down and 10. Throws it to Dash Luke, who's over the middle of the field. Makes a one-handed grab and gets out to the numbers. Chris?
Last 5 to do it, all won their bowl game. So that bodes well for the Red Wolves. That includes Miami, the Red Hawks from Ohio, who beat Colorado State in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. Similar story for the Red Wolves back in 2016. A-State did not look like a bowl team the first full month. They lost their first 4 games, including to FCS Central Arkansas, but won 6 straight to get into a bowl, and they beat UCF in the Cure Bowl.
2nd down and 3. Clark turns to give. There's Lawrence with some running room, pushes the pile for 1st down up to the 38-yard line of Missouri State.
That's a key for them tonight. They've got to be able to run the football. I mean, I think we talk a lot about Arkansas State being able to get after the quarterback. Arkansas State's got 4 guys up front that are all conference players. That tells you how they get after the football. They got some guys that can really stop the run. I think you and I both love Cody Sigler. I mean, he's a tough dude to move there. So they're going to have to control this game if they want to win. It's just by running the football.
Yeah, 6'3", 300-pound nose tackle and a transfer from West Alabama up front. Play action from Jacob Clark. He throws it into the flat. This one's completed to Ramon Green Jr., who turns upfield. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage before he's pushed out of bounds.
I love Chris's take on talking about the 1-4 start. I mean, it's a lot's been talked about, and that's tough to come back from. But let's also not forget who they played. I mean, it's Arkansas, Iowa State, Kennesaw State, who ended up winning the conference. I mean, they had a tough draw early on. And so what does that say about Butch Davis and his group being able to rally the troops and finish strong? Just a really, really cool storyline.
Some big wins over Troy on the road, App State.
Yeah,
on
that was
the road,
a big one. Yep.
Come from behind victory to even make it to a bowl game. 2nd down and 11. Throw into coverage. It's off the hands of Robinson and incomplete. There was an Arkansas defender over the top of Robinson and underneath. Good throw by Jacob Clark, but it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, great throw. That corner route's hard. I mean, there's not a lot of space between the corner and then I think it was A.G. McGee, really good safety, talented kid at Arkansas State. He made a good throw. Receiver didn't come down with the ball, but there you see the arm talent. Very, very accurate quarterback.
Yeah, McGee, even an honorable mention in the Sun Belt as well. They have talent scattered throughout this Red Wolves defense. 3rd and 11, second one faced by Missouri State in the opening quarter. Clark throws left, long throw, but it's complete right into the gut of Ronell Johnson. 1st down yardage right at midfield.
Wow, the defense is playing sticks defense, basically backed all the defenders up to the 1st down marker. The problem is you didn't make the tackle in front of the sticks. It was after. Great throw, great reception. They really needed that. Missouri State needed that 1st down to just take a deep breath here.
That was from the opposite hash mark on the right side of the field to the far numbers on the left side. That's a top-notch throw on the money from Clark, and the timing was perfect. 1st down and 10, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now they motion one of those receivers. It's the tight end, Askren. Hand off to Lawrence, who maneuvers left off the left tackle, and he's pushed to the ground, still pushing the pile after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 incoming.
Well, I thought he was down. He's going to be a lot shorter. They picked up a couple extra yards. Good job by the senior. But he's been alone. And this is a group that likes to air it out. But, I mean, he's an all-conference player as well. It's just he's done a really good job. Grades out well, close to 1,000 yards for the year. Real smart kid, plays really, really hard.
Had a 56-yard touchdown run against Louisiana Tech in the regular season finale. Closed the year with 84 yards on 13 carries in that game. Some would call him a cheat code here in the Xbox Bowl. 2nd down and 6. Motion in dash loop from right to left. Play action to Robinson. Now looking, scanning. Clark has to take off. He runs with it. Gets some positive yardage. Takes a hit as he's sandwiched in between a couple of Arkansas State defenders. Gain of about 3. Sets up 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, that's a good job by Clark. There really wasn't anything there. It looked like the Red Wolves defense was showing single high coverage. They moved late to more of a 2-safety look. He didn't like what he got. Saw the opening, picks up what he can. Now it's 3rd and short.
There is an injured player there for Arkansas State. Simeon Mitchell, the senior, and another honorable mention all-conference honoree, is down at the Red Wolves' 40-yard line. Native of Oakland, California. Taking some time here to check up on him. We'll be back in 1 minute after this word from Greer Steel.
In 1917, Agnes and Herbert Greer recognized a need for high-quality cold-rolled strip steel. Their solution? They founded Greer Steel and built a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility to produce the highest quality strip steel available. The company was built one customer at a time. It was built with true relationships. Today, Greer Steel not only remains a leader in the industry, but is an extraordinary resource for clients that demand more efficient production, which increases their profit. With a long reputation as an innovator, the Dover, Ohio mill is home to the Laser Matte Finisher, the only unit of its kind in the United States, plus a gold standard metallurgical lab. I'm John Racy, president of Greer Steel, and Agnes and Herbert Greer were my grandparents. We make steel that will meet your requirements and exceed your expectations. To learn more, visit us at GreerSteel.com.
Seven to nothing, Arkansas State over Missouri State in the first ever Xbox Bowl. Let's check in with Chris Mayakovsky down on the sideline.
Year 1 for Missouri State in FBS, Kyle, and the Bears were picked 12th in a 12-team league. Conference USA doesn't put out a traditional preseason poll. Instead, it's a Coaches Bowl Confidence Index. Now, that disrespect, it lasted all the way through into the postseason. The All-Conference Awards handed out earlier this month, and the Bears had no first-team honorees despite finishing in 4th place in CUSA. They did have 2 second-teamers, Shamari Lawrence, the running back, who is averaging nearly 100 yards per game in conference play, and the senior punt returner, Dash Luke, who averaged 8.6 and also had 36 catches this season. But again, defying what everybody thought the Bears would accomplish here in year 1 in FBS. The future is really bright.
Looking to join Delaware and Jacksonville State as the only teams to win a bowl game in their first year at the FBS level. It really has been a phenomenal season for this entire squad. And you give a lot of credit to Ryan Beard, who now takes over at Coastal Carolina, but really the entire staff and the players that have made the jump. A lot of these guys are not transfers. A lot of these guys were with the FCS Bears and now are a part of the FBS run.
Yeah, and I got a chance to hang out with one of the coaches, Michael Downing, before the game and talk a little bit about the excitement. It just, in these bowl seasons, the team, you hear a lot about wanting to be there. Who's going to want it more? Man, these guys are, he said, I couldn't, but if you would have told me that this is what we would have been in 4 months ago, I'd have said, sign me up. Where our guys are juiced up, man, just great practices. Like they want to be here. They're practicing hard. They're playing hard. I mean, just what a big moment for them. But, yeah, it's always about who wants it more. Both these teams are motivated, but obviously Missouri State with the just storyline is pretty incredible where they're here today.
Stringing together their first solid drive of the day after going 3 and out on their opening possession. Under 7 minutes to play with this next snap in the first quarter. 3rd down and 3. Handoff. It's a sideways handoff to Lawrence, who turns upfield, has the first down and a couple extra yards. Pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Drive continues for the Bears.
That's a great block up front. I believe it was Matthew Creed with just a great kick-out block that allowed him to turn the corner, pick up the first down. You're seeing a little bit of it. They're now getting in their rhythm. You can see a little bit of throws. Clark's getting comfortable. They're running the ball well with Lawrence. That's what you want to see. That's what you've seen this year for the Bears.
Lawrence to the left of Clark again. 3 receivers to the left, 1 tight end right. Play action. Now Clark with time. Throws, finds the tight end, and Jaron Askren tried to turn upfield. Doesn't get very far. Only picks up 1. It was a deep drop by Clark, and you had the tight end underneath. That was the only place he could go with the football.
Yeah, I think he wanted to hit Dash Luke down the sideline. He had a wheel route. I think the outside guy had a post. Luke on the inside with the wheel. Just didn't have the time. Checked it down. Just a smart decision there. Don't force anything. You got a good drive going. Check it down. Live to play another down.
Luke back in there. He's in the slot with Makai Cope to the outside. Ronell Johnson to the opposite side of the formation. It remains Lawrence, the tailback, with Clark out of the shotgun. 2nd down and 9 from the Arkansas State 36. They give it to Lawrence on the sweep. He turns upfield, makes a phenomenal cut, almost found an open space, and there's a flag behind the line of scrimmage. He gets taken down at the 30-yard line after a gain of 8, but this might be coming back.
Yeah, play was really looking good until it looks like it's going to be holding here on Missouri State.
Holding. Number 72 on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
You can hear the conversation. How did I hold there?
He's still talking to him.
I like it. Mark Hutchinson, the guilty party. And like you said, really good-looking play. Phenomenal cut by Lawrence. If he doesn't get tripped up from behind, it might have been 6.
Yeah, it's a big play for him right there. And now you're behind schedule, right? So now it's 2nd and 20. Obviously, what you like to see a lot of times here, you'll see a screen, something to try to pick up some yardage back. But it's, this is not the way you want to live if you're Missouri State.
It's the 3rd time they've been behind the sticks. They've converted on one, and they have not on another so far in the game. They motion Lawrence all the way to the bottom of the formation. Green remains the tailback to the left. Clark throws underneath. It's caught by Johnson. There's that screen you talked about. Turns up at the 40-yard line. Gets most of the penalty yardage back up to the Arkansas State 39. It'll be a gain of 7, and it's 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, great design. Great job by Coach Petrino there. Hey, we're not going to get it all in one play. Let's pick up as much as we can. Good, quick, look like a middle tunnel screen, I should say. A nice job of picking up some yardage. 3rd and 12. Now, here's where your quarterback's going to have to make a big play, big throw here. This is a lot to pick up. See what kind of coverage. It's the 2nd time we've seen the sticks coverage. You got 5 guys backing up to the first down marker. Let's see if they pick it up.
3 receivers right. Clark steps up, swarm from behind. He will not get away. Brian Whitehead finishes off the sack, his 5th of the season, and it is all the way back to the 48-yard line. A loss of 9 and 4th down for the Bears.
Man, it looks like Cody Sigler is down on the field, the defensive lineman who was a part of that pass rush. Big-time player. This is the 2nd defensive lineman we've seen down, but it's Simeon Mitchell that did get up last time.
7-0 Arkansas State on top of Missouri State. Injury timeout on the field. You were listening to Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio in the 2025 Xbox Bowl.
In 1917, Agnes and Herbert Greer recognized a need for high-quality cold-rolled strip steel. Their solution? They founded Greer Steel and built a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility to produce the highest quality strip steel available. The company was built one customer at a time. It was built with true relationships. Today, Greer Steel not only remains a leader in the industry, but is an extraordinary resource for clients that demand more efficient production, which increases their profit. With a long reputation as an innovator, the Dover, Ohio mill is home to the Laser Matte Finisher, the only unit of its kind in the United States, plus a gold standard metallurgical lab. I'm John Racy, president of Greer Steel, and Agnes and Herbert Greer were my grandparents. We make steel that will meet your requirements and exceed your expectations. To learn more, visit us at GreerSteel.com.
There's been a change in the world of healthcare and in how you'll find your next job. Technology has made it possible. If you're planning your next career move, temporary contract, staff position, a local assignment, or even per diem shifts, look to Staff DNA. You can see all jobs with pay and full details in one place with no need to register. Plus, customize the pay to suit you and your family's needs right in the app with no recruiter needed. Staff DNA, the #1 app for finding healthcare jobs. Download it now.
Right after turkey and through the new year, it's bowl season today. From big city lights to cold, snowy nights, it's bowl season today. Our gridiron dreams bring us here for our teams, where the fans tailgate and we all celebrate that it's bowl season today. Happy bowl season, everybody.
You're listening to the Xbox Bowl from Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio.
Jalen Benelli reels in a punt of 43 yards at the 5-yard line. Fair caught by Arkansas State, and they will take over at the 5-yard line. 4:01 left in the first quarter. Arkansas State leading 7-0. They get the football back when we return. This is the 2025 Xbox Bowl. Back after this from Shriners Children's Charities.
Before the bright lights on Sunday, before the draft and pro contracts, greatness starts here. It's the East-West Shrine Bowl, January 27th, 2026, at the Ford Center at the Star. A century-old tradition and the first step to NFL stardom. Every play supports game-changing outcomes at Shriners Children's. The 2026 East-West Shrine Bowl. Today's All-Stars, tomorrow's legends. Visit shrinebowl.com for tickets starting at $26.
Today's cup of Scooter's coffee was sweatily earned in one trip from the car to the apartment door. You knew it could be done. Had to be. 2 trips just aren't your style. This time, 23 grocery bags, gym bag, and takeout? A new personal best. Even got the mail on the way in. 4 flights of stairs? Feeling in your fingers? Who needs it? Not you. So enjoy that delicious cup of Scooter's coffee, you one-trip wonder. Scooter's coffee. You earned it.
This season, the action isn't just on the field, it's in every game day spread. Hell of a Good dips bring bold flavor to every tailgate, made for dunking, scooping, and celebrating every big play. Find Hell of a Good in stores near you and follow on Instagram at Hell of a Good Dips. Start dipping with Hell of a Good.
He's going to heave one deep down the field. And it's caught. It's a touchdown.
There's nothing like that moment when your team clinches a win. The Friday night lights, all those Saturday tailgate traditions, hours in front of the TV on Sunday. Football means tradition. Whether you played or cheered along, the feeling of game day never ends. Join the community and celebrate the game. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Football Matters.
Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving all branches of the armed forces, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Our members are the mission. First down and 10. Arkansas State takes over their second possession of the 2025 Xbox Bowl here from Frisco, Texas. They start in the shadow of their own end zone at their own 5-yard line. Multiple tight ends motion from right to left as Rayner is in the shotgun again. Play action, he throws over the middle. Has a man, it's Corey Rucker. Caught at the 20-yard line, turns upfield to the 25. Finally dragged to the ground from behind at the 29-yard line. A gain of 24 yards on the opening play of the drive.
Yeah, that's not a player you want to leave one-on-one. That's what he's going to do. He's going to beat you. Big-time player, big size, explosive. You see it there in that last play.
And off here, no, it's going to be a keeper for Rayner as he turns left and is escorted out of bounds. Maybe lost one. They'll mark it as a no-gainer at the 29, second down and 10.
And Corey Rucker, you and I were talking about this before the game, just a really big-time player. Has a huge career, and I think he's a guy that can play at the next level, right? He's going to get a ton of looks. He's a big-time player, as in big ability to make plays, great ball instincts, moves defenders really well, has had a great career.
Three-time all-conference honoree. Rayner pressured, throws. This ball's on the turf. No whistle immediately. Missouri State hops on top of it, and I believe they're going to say it was an incomplete pass. There's a clear recovery by Desmond Barnes. Should they call it a fumble? But there was a whistle from the back judge.
Yeah, and I think that's where you saw the body language of the Red Wolves. Now they're speeding up, getting to the ball, and trying to snap it as quick as they can. Just the body language said that he felt comfortable that was going to be an incomplete pass. It looked like a fumble to me. But
upon the in-house review, it certainly did look like a fumble, and there are whistles on the field prior to the snap. Looks like they'll take a look at this. And there's some emphatic yelling. Not exactly sure where that came from. The official is, the official still working back to
After
midfield.
further discussion, the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. It is third down.
And so that is a lot tougher to overturn than if they were to call it a fumble and then ultimately say it's an incomplete pass. That's close. Rayner looked like the arm was working backwards and tried to come forward, but the ball slipped out almost simultaneously as his arm was moving that direction. He took a hit from the side.
I just don't know how you can't review that. And again, if they blew it dead, that's one thing. But to say it's incomplete, I don't understand it.
Yeah, Rayner's going to load up and now launches this one, looking for Rucker. Caught at the 30. He's going to go all the way. A huge response after the controversial no call. It's Rayner to Corey Rucker, his record-breaking 27th career touchdown, and he's also over 4,000 career yards. What a statement by Rucker, and it's a two-score lead for the Red Wolves.
We talked about the big playability. It's single coverage, just not going to do it tonight against a big-time player like him. Great throw, great job. You see how he stretches the defense, great speed. Boy, what a turn of events from where you thought you had a turnover and a fumble to an immediate touchdown over the top. I mean, what a play.
71 yards. It's the longest play this season for the Red Wolves passing attack. Their previous long was 55. Rucker did have a 79-yard touchdown score in the 68 Ventures Bowl last season. This time he strikes over the top for 71, and it's 14-0. That was another good extra point, a hell of a good extra point from Arkansas State. Find hell of a good dips in a store near you. 2:51 left in the first quarter, and it has been all Red Wolves here in the first half to start.
You know, one of the things it is worth noting is LD Scott, the defensive coordinator for Missouri State, he's calling the defense tonight. And let's not forget, because of the departure of their head football coach, who was the defensive guy, that's something to think about. Hey, how will he call it? Coach Scott, LD, in his first time as calling plays, like, what does it look like? I think it's going to need immediate attention to make sure Rucker doesn't get those one-on-one matchups. He's a big-time player. You got to respect him. Because just like that, now you're down 14-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah, 2 receptions, 95 yards for Corey Rucker. With more on him, here's Chris Mykowski.
Kyle, he was 45 yards shy of becoming the 24th player in FBS history with 4,000 receiving yards. Like you said, now at 95. He's already the Sun Belt Conference's leading all-time reception man. 3,903 entering the night, now pushing nearly 4,000. Now 2 more touchdowns, Kyle. He'll be all-time touchdown scorer in the Sun Belt Conference. Eric Thomas of Troy currently holds that record.
Thank you, Chris. As this kick goes out of bounds, out of the back of the end zone, it is a touchback, and Missouri State will take over at their 25-yard line. Jacob Clark and company just trying to sustain a drive to get at least some points on the board as they went 3 and out and then stalled out in enemy territory on their last offensive possession. Under center goes Clark, turns and gives to Green Jr., who works upfield on the left hash mark for a gain of 3.
Yeah, they got to put some points on the board. I mean, that last series, they moved the ball well. Actually, 8:6:49 off the clock. So you started thinking, okay, they're getting in their rhythm, but they stall out, get a big sack, and then just in a minute, 10 seconds, the Red Wolves strike. 4 plays, 95 yards, and it's just 14-0. You got to think this is where Jacob Clark's got to step up, be a leader, and find a way to get points on the board.
Back under center goes Clark, and now he motions the tight end in tight. Green remains the running back. They fake it to him. 8-step drop. Now Clark steps up into the pocket, rolls out to his right, has all sorts of running room. He's going to take off and run it. First down yardage as he works out at the 40. Jacob Clark, who only had 24 rushing yards all season long, is currently their rushing leader on the game.
Yeah, I got to take that intro back. I said he's a pocket passer. I mean, the guy's moved really well. You see how he is very mobile in the pocket, steps up when he feels a little bit of pressure, gets out of there. Obviously, because of the coverage and everybody out of there, he made the easy decision to run with it. Great job, moves the sticks.
Had 24 rushing yards on the season, had dealt with some knee injuries early in the season, did miss a game. And in his 11 games, has been a phenomenal passer, Conference USA leader in many major categories. As Green gets the carry, now he breaks a tackle at the 45, past midfield to the opposite 45-yard line before he is chopped down by Brandon Barnes. First down again for Missouri State. The run game getting going.
That's what they need. Great job there by Green. He really sells it as he's running up the middle. Great job. Great cut outside. Picks up a good chunk there for this offense. Continue moving the ball on the ground. I think now the play action becomes that more deadly for Clark.
Now out of the pistol from the 45-yard line of Arkansas State. First down and 10. Turn, give. There's Green Jr. again, who's been explosive so far. Now pushes the pile. It's only 5'9", 190. Sophomore out of Missouri. Picks up 5 on first down. He's been the backup running back, but he's been more of a receiving threat than he has been a true bell cow runner. 264 rushing yards on the season, but 421 as a receiver.
Yeah, and from what it sounds like, Clark has a lot of authority of changing it up. A smart guy's going to know, hey, if I've got a hot hand in the backfield, I'm going to feed him.
Second down and about 4.5. They mark it as 5 officially. Bootleg.
That's the ability that he's got. That's the arm talent he's got. Great play call by Petrino. You see him running the ball. They boot out of there. He's got a guy right wide open down the sideline. Great strike. Much needed points here for Missouri State.
Passing touchdown number 25 of the year from Jacob Clark. Receiving score number 3 from Dash Luke. That was a hell of a good extra point. Good from Yusuf Obeid, the All-Conference USA honorable mention. Find hell of a good in stores near you. Let's check in with Chris Mankowski. Jacob Clark throwing on an NFL level on that play.
And it's his 68th explosive passing play of the year, meaning over 20 yards. That ranks in the top 20 nationally, Kyle. His size, his arm strength have allowed him to consistently attack downfield, producing those chunk plays that flip field position and energize the Bears offense. Of course, going through a coaching change this past week, he said that he wishes he could have finished out the season with his previous head coach, Coach Beard, but nothing really changes for this team. It's a player-led team at this point in the season, and offensively, a lot of the staff is still available to the Bears. Same offense, same guy in Coach Petrino calling it, trying to execute like they have been all year, and so far, so good for Missouri State.
No doubt, and that was a high-level throw from Jacob Clark. And when it comes to having a new staff, you normally still keep some of those same foundations. This is a top 20 statistical passing attack in the FBS this season, averaging about 274 through the air. This is a line drive kick off the leg of Obeid. It'll actually roll out of bounds on the far sideline. No chance to reel it in. Both Chauncey Cobb and Reeve Linder were back. Will be good starting field position for Arkansas State again.
Yeah, they don't need any more help. And see if we get the call here.
Free kick out of bounds. Number 36 on the kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. It's first down.
But we got to say, I mean, when they needed points, they delivered. You know, we talked about that was a key series for them. 5 plays, 75 yards, and 234. Great throw, great catch. Dash Luke, really explosive player, gets him on the board. 14-7 here, 17 seconds left.
Yeah, first quarter about to come to a close. Jacob Rayner back behind center. Kenyon Clay to his right. They give it to Clay. He turns up on the left guard. Now he has yardage to the 39-yard line upended. And depending on how quickly the Red Wolves want to get to the line of scrimmage, this will be the final play of the first quarter. It started with a bang. Rayner finds a wide open Jalen Benelli for 7 yards and a touchdown on the opening drive offensively by Arkansas State. And then a 71-yard strike from Rayner to Corey Rucker, followed by a 40-yard strike from Jacob Clark to Dash Luke. It is 14-7. Missouri State trails Arkansas State here in the 2025 Xbox Bowl. That's the end of the first quarter. Once again, 14-7, Arkansas State on top. Now this from Coca-Cola.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Tim, I'm receiving an important update.
Ooh, are you getting night vision?
No, I just found out you could get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender.
So, no night vision?
No night vision.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org/auto loans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loan must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply.
If your child experiences a burn, Shriners Children's is here with world-renowned burn care. The same doctors who innovate procedures for the most serious burn cases are ready with the most advanced treatments for pediatric burn injuries, no matter the degree. Best of all, our care is provided regardless of a family's ability to pay or insurance status. Visit us at shrinerschildrens.org to see why we're the place to turn for any burn. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Right after turkey and through the new year, it's bowl season today. From big city lights to cold, snowy nights, it's bowl season today. Our gridiron dreams bring us here for our teams, where the fans tailgate and we all celebrate that it's bowl season today. Happy bowl season, everybody.
Hoppy Kercheval with Brad Howe here at the Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio Studios. Brad, what have you seen so far?
Well, we've seen big-time quarterback play, Hoppy. We thought this might be a show between two talented quarterbacks, and Jalen Rayner and Jacob Clark have not disappointed. 11 of 14 for 204 yards passing and 3 touchdowns combined already in this one.
Yeah, big plays so far. By the way, in that NFC game tonight, halftime, the Rams lead the Seahawks 13-7. Coming up at the half, we'll have highlights of the first half. Look ahead to our bowl games tomorrow. But now, back to Frisco, Texas, with Elvis, Chris, and Kyle. Guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Really good game in the NFC today. Of course, we're at the world headquarters of the NFC East's Dallas Cowboys. First ever game at the FBS level inside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Bowl-bound teams bring their best, so should you. Nothing says more game day like the bowl-worthy taste of Hampton Farms peanuts. Bring the flavor, bring the tradition. Hampton Farms, the official peanut of bowl season. Available in your favorite grocer's produce section. Let's get nutty. It's been a nutty first quarter of action. Alongside Elvis Gallegos, Chris Mikoski down on the sideline. I'm Kyle Yeomans. First snap of the second quarter. And Jalen Rayner tried to get away. He could not escape Cooper Roy. The redshirt sophomore, hometown product out of Springfield, has his second sack of the season. A loss of 3.
And I like the pressure. Got to turn up the heat a little bit on him. He wasn't comfortable. Didn't see the pass rush, and there they get him.
Rayner throws sidearm completion to the right side. It's Clay who breaks a tackle on the sideline and has first down yardage. He looked to be short of the marker, made a man miss, and he picks up 13 yards to midfield.
Oh, that's a killer. I mean, just a poor angle by the defensive back there. Just doesn't make the tackle. One of the keys in talking to their staff before the game was we have to tackle and eliminate yards after the catch.
1st and 10, Arkansas State right at midfield. Stack receivers to both sides. They turn and give it to Clay. Clay waits for blocks to develop, and he puts about 4 yards on the board. Clay has been one of those X factors for this Arkansas State team all year long. Usually when he plays well, the team plays well in return.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about the bruiser that he is. He's a big physical back. And this team, as I talked about, they're real physical, they're violent. I mean, when you got a big back like that, you set the tone. And that's, I think, they feed off of that.
2nd down and 6 from the 46-yard line. High snap, Rayner on the read option, gives it to Clay. He presses the B button and spins out of a tackle. He's inside the 40-yard line down to the 36.
Man, he not only can run over you, but you see how shifty he is. Great spin move, great job, but breaking a tackle, moving the sticks. This is probably the only thing that I want to see from them after a great first quarter is how they're going to, if they'll stay with the run game. And great job there to Arkansas State.
Yeah, Clay checks out. Now it's Devin Spencer, also very dangerous at the running back position, but he goes nowhere on this play. He is met at the line of scrimmage. Ford was the one that was in there first, the sophomore safety off the second level, no gain.
3 tackle for losses for Arkansas State. I thought that was going to be the first for Missouri State, but it was just for no gain.
Rayner loads up, wants to tie it in. Tyler Fortenberry down the right side. He was running a go route, but it's overthrown. 3rd down and 10 from the Missouri State 37-yard line. One of the few 3rd down and longs we've seen against Arkansas State today.
Yeah, and I like the decision there. He thought he had a matchup against the linebacker, but Kanye Young can run. I mean, he's a good senior linebacker for this Missouri State defense. Good job staying in coverage and forcing the 3rd and long.
3 receivers to the left, including the tight end and Little. Rayner with time to throw. Miscommunication. Benelli was running the comeback route where that was a loft all the way down the field for Rayner. Both guys throw their arms up in miscommunication. It's incomplete. And here comes the punt team. Oh, maybe a field goal unit for Arkansas State as Clune Van Andel works on for a possible field goal. This would be a new career long, a 55-yard attempt for Van Andel.
He's pretty dang good. I mean, you look at the numbers and you watch him. He's got 3 field goals, 50-plus. And I think this is what an opportunity for him to catch some attention here.
Among 19 FBS kickers with at least 3 field goals of 50 or more, this one is on the way, has all sorts of distance, and he converts. A new career long for Clune Van Andel, and that had room to spare from 55. That puts Arkansas State up by 10. Good call on your side, partner.
Boy, that's really good stuff. I mean, you nailed it. I mean, he had plenty of leg in that. Great job. Butch Jones, you got to love that. Trust your guy. Put some points on the board. And this Arkansas State offense has a little bit of everything, especially a really good kicker.
This is the 2025 Xbox Bowl with the score. Arkansas State leading 17-7 over Missouri State. Now this from Hell of a Good Dip.
This season, the action isn't just on the field. It's in every game day spread. Hell of a Good dips bring bold flavor to every watch party. Made for dunking, scooping, and celebrating every big play. Find Hell of a Good in stores near you and follow on Instagram at Hell of a Good Dips. Start dipping with Hell of a Good.
This is the sound of your team winning. This is the sound of the other team winning. And this is the sound of all of us winning. For a limited time, save up to $100 on the ROG Xbox Ally and experience the thrill of Xbox anywhere you go. $100 off. How does that sound? Thought so. Available until 12/20/2025 or while supplies last at participating retailers.
Union Home Mortgage wants you to know, odds are, if you own a home, it's likely you've built up substantial equity. The average homeowner has more than $200,000 of equity in their home. UHM can help you tap into that equity to pay for things like home improvements, debt consolidation, and more. Union Home Mortgage is committed to helping football fans like you reach your financial goal line. Go to UHM.com to get a cash estimate today. Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
It takes a different breed to be the first to respond. The first on the scene. The first to tackle disaster head on. At ServPro, we witness the bravery of first responders almost every day. So to all those who never give a second thought to being the first ones in, this game's for you. ServPro, proud supporter of our nation's first responders.
12:40 remaining in the second quarter in the 2025 Xbox Bowl. Fresh off a hell of a good field goal from 54 yards officially by Clune Van Andel, a new career long. Find hell of a good dips in stores near you. It's Arkansas State 17, Missouri State 7. 12:40 to play in the second quarter. We've seen some pretty good special teams here inside this building. Elvis, of course, home to the Cowboys, home to Brandon Aubrey, who's been one of the NFL's best kickers as of late. And now Clune Van Andel saying, hold on, right. I've got a future in front of me as well.
Yeah, man, he nailed that, and with plenty of leg. And again, 3 field goals over 50-plus. Talking to their guys, they love him. They think he is special. He's got a chance to play the next level, and there he just showed it to us.
Now 4 field goals at 50-plus yards in his collegiate career, the junior out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's Amaya to kick this one away. And all the way to the goal line it goes. It'll be reeled in by Dash Luke. Luke, dangerous on the return, flips fields to the 20, 25, takes a hit at the 27, and he's taken down at the 29-yard line. Dash Luke with a 29-yard return, and he is fired up about it. He's had a good start to this game as well. Of course, had the 40-yard touchdown last time he touched the field.
Yeah, really good player. I mean, he's just ideal for just special teams, gadget plays, big time ability. He's got that really good speed. And Chris was just telling us something really important as we were talking about how much we like Cody Sigler. I believe he was out last series. He did. Chris told us he got his helmet back, and I could see him jumping around, ready to get back in the game. That's a big player on this defense.
Yeah, that is massive to see. Not out there at the moment. 4-man front for Arkansas State. As Missouri State takes over at their own 29-yard line. Clark pressured off the left side, takes off up the middle, picks up a gain of about 2, and here comes Cody Sigler back in the ball game. The All-Sun Belt second teamer out of New Hope, Alabama, back in the game, and that is huge. It's 2nd down and 8, Missouri State.
It really is. I mean, he is rated the top defensive lineman in the conference. I mean, this is a big – Sun Belt is a really, really good conference, and to be that, that says a lot because, as we know, I mean, those – guys up front, they don't grow on trees. They're really hard to find.
Of course, the Sun Belt team going to compete in the college football playoff. James Madison
That's right.
Taking on Oregon, the 12 seed versus the 5 seed coming up in the next couple of days. 17-7 our score. Jacob Clark, 3-step drop on 2nd and 8. Steps up, throws a dart. It's complete to Cope, who has first down yardage to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 9.
Great job staying in the pocket, understanding he may get a little pressure, waits for that curl route by Cope. Nice job beating his coverage, puts it right on his chest, pick up a first down.
Kai Cope, solid contributor despite all those other big names like Robinson and Luke in the wide receiver room. Had 256 yards receiving this season. Did not have a touchdown after playing with Sacramento State last year, his first year with Missouri State. Handoff to Shamari Lawrence, back in the game, and he's back in the second level. Gets tripped up from behind, but he's into enemy territory. A pickup of 12 yards on first down, and it's down to the Arkansas State 48.
And I think this is what makes them so hard to defend. I mean, they just get multiple personnel packages. You've seen 11 personnel, 12 personnel, 21 personnel. They can fling it. They bring their tight ends. They can run it. I mean, that's hard because now you're wondering what personnel you want in the game to try to stop that. So that's what's made this group really difficult to defend this year.
Lawrence closing in on 1,000 yards rushing this season. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Clark, play action. All sorts of time, looking downfield, able to go through all his progressions. Now he bootlegs out wide to the right, trying to direct traffic, couldn't get anyone open, and he works out of bounds after a no gain on the play. That's a veteran move. If nothing's there, continue your progression and then work out to the sideline without taking a loss.
Yeah, I just don't think we see that enough nowadays. We're always looking for the big play, the big highlight, and that just goes to show his maturity, his experience, his high IQ, as coaches talk about him. He'll take that and just, again, make sure he lives to play another down.
Top 15 nationally in passing yards per game, 18th in touchdowns this season. Of course, the Conference USA leader in touchdown passes and passing yards per game as well. 2nd down and 10. Clark Steps up, avoids again. There is a penalty marker in the backfield. Now he's going to take off and run it. Fakes a throw, holds the football out. He has passed the first down marker at the moment. A gain of 12 on the play by Jacob Clark, but we'll see if this is coming back.
That's unfortunate. I think it is going to come back, but a really good decision. Tucks it, runs with it. I think that's an adjustment Arkansas State's going to have to make. Hey, look, this guy will run the football. I know we haven't seen it this year much, but he's shown it, and he'll take the best play that's available for him.
Holding. Number 78 on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
That's Braden Thompson, who is a reserve on this offensive line, 78 in the white. Thompson filling in for Ebube Dike Nabugu, who is no longer with this Missouri State squad and was really an all-conference honoree type of player. 9:40 left in the second quarter. Second down and 21 following the penalty. That is a huge turn of events. That's a swing of about 22 yards total.
We saw a tunnel screen last time in this position.
Clark pressured again. Can he get away? Not going to happen. He's swarmed by DeMarcus Hendricks. The Ole Sunbelt first-teamer has his 7th sack of the year. It's a loss of 7 in third down and a mile incoming for Missouri State.
I'm shocked there that Petrino didn't call something quick based off, hey, it's second and long. They're going to come after you. And that's why I think the tunnel screen worked so well last time they're in this position. That time you try to send receivers downfield for an extended play, and the pass rush just gets home. And now you're just in a really tough position. Got to get rid of it here quick and just most likely just punt the ball on fourth down.
First A-State defensive lineman to earn first-team All-Sunbelt since William Bradley King did back in 2019. Sets up 3rd and 28. Handoff and nowhere to go this time by Ramon Green Jr. He gets clotheslined at the line of scrimmage, actually way behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 4 on the play. It's 4th down and 33. Arkansas State putting up some impressive film on that defensive possession.
Yeah, that's tough. This offense is really not built to play behind schedule. And I think we've seen it in a couple of series where they have a holding penalty or a sack, and it's just they're not able to get out of it. But you got to give credit to this Arkansas State front.
Stuart McDonald is standing at the 15-yard line off the right hash mark to punt this away. It is a booming kick, spiraling, and Benelli goes all the way back to his own 20. He gets spun around. Now he takes off, stays on his feet to the 35, 40, 45, 50, makes a cut at the 50, tripped up, and falls to the ground at the 42-yard line. If he did not lose his footing, I believe Jason Benelli may have been hitting his head on the goalpost. It's a 29-yard return out to the 49-yard line.
Well, that's another explosive play. Hate to say he's pick on the special teams, but they took some poor angles, really missed a tackle early in that return, and that's the result. You miss that first guy there, you're going to give up a big play.
Arkansas State with the football in plus territory to start with 7:43 remaining in the game. The score, the Red Wolves leading the Missouri State Bears 17-7. You're listening to Coca-Cola Bowl season radio coverage of the 2025 Xbox Bowl.
A 43-yard field goal with a ticket to the championship on the line. The kick is.
At this moment, who you voted for doesn't matter. What kind of car you drive, how much money you make, what kind of music you listen to, or how many followers you have doesn't matter. At this moment, the only thing that does is football. Visit footballmatters.com.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
If your child experiences a burn, Shriners Children's is here with world-renowned burn care. The same doctors who innovate procedures for the most serious burn cases are ready with the most advanced treatments for pediatric burn injuries, no matter the degree. Best of all, our care is provided regardless of a family's ability to pay or insurance status. Visit us at shrinerschildren's.org to see why we're the place to turn for any burn. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
For your family that you've promised to give the home of their dreams, let Union Home Mortgage be with you every step of the way and help you deliver on those promises. For military families, VA loans come with no down payments, competitive rates, and no private mortgage insurance. Union Home Mortgage appreciates all that you do for your country, and we want to be there for you and your family. Go to UHM.com to get started today. Union Home Mortgage. Promises kept. Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This is the Xbox Bowl from Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio.
17-7, Arkansas State on top of Missouri State with 7:43 remaining in the second quarter. Looking for the ultimate bowling experience? Discover everything you need at GoBowling.com. Find local bowling centers, sharpen your skills with pro tips, stay updated with the latest news, and grab exclusive deals. Whether you're a seasoned bowler or just playing for fun, start the fun right now by visiting GoBowling.com. Missouri State unable to hold on to the football. Then a nice return by Arkansas State sets them up at the 44-yard line, leading by 10. Handoff in a reverse. They toss it back to Chauncey Cobb. He can't get away. He's taken down with a hit stick behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 2 on the play. Just nowhere to go after that play took too long to develop.
Yeah, great job reading it. Great job staying at home and being disciplined. I actually thought they were going to get Hunter Summers for a block in the back, but they did not throw the flag.
Play action now. Rayner launches it left side again, looking for a target downfield. It is caught by Hunter Summers inside the 10, down to the 7. It's a 39-yard gain from the junior quarterback to the redshirt sophomore receiver.
Now here's that tempo that they love to play with, but man, Hunter Summers, 6'3", 160 pounds. I like what I see out of that guy. Another big-time play.
You go right back to the ground. This time it's Spencer who maneuvers through a tight window on the left side of the line of scrimmage, up to the 5-yard line, and that is where he's taken down. Here comes second and goal for the Red Wolves.
Hunter Summers, another one of those local players, played at Prosper High School, local here, transferred from Tulane. Really, really good player.
I played at Tulane back in 2023, redshirted with the Green Wave. Of course, another participating school in the upcoming college football playoff. Played last year with Arkansas State, appeared in all 13 games. Step back to throw. This one at the goal line. It's caught, and then backing into the goal line is Chauncey Cobb. It's a touchdown for Arkansas State, putting on an offensive clinic in the first half.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure on the quarterback, too. I mean, I think when we talk about the game's one up front, and he just seems like he's got a lot of time. They beat man coverage, great pitch and catch, made it look easy there. But, yeah, the pass rush is just not getting home.
Cobb with his first receiving touchdown of the year, and it comes in an opportune time, putting Arkansas State on top 23-7. Another quick striking drive by the Red Wolves. Just took 4 plays to go 44 yards, and the PAT is up and good. That was a hell of a good extra point from Clune Van Andel. Find hell of a good dips in stores near you. With 6:14 left to play in the second quarter, it is Arkansas State 24 and Missouri State 7 in the 2025 Xbox Bowl. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the 2025 Xbox Bowl on Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio from First Team. You are listening to Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio, home of the 2025 Xbox Bowl.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer. I'm a barber.
a waitress, a mom. We're all part of your community. Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty, something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not. It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
He's going to hit one deep down the field. And it's caught. It's a touchdown.
There's nothing like that moment when your team clinches a win. The Friday night lights, all those Saturday tailgate traditions, hours in front of the TV on Sunday. Football means tradition. Whether you played or cheered along, the feeling of game day never ends. Join the community and celebrate the game. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Football Matters.
Right after turkey and through the new year, it's bowl season today. From big city lights to cold, snowy nights, it's bowl season today. Our gridiron dreams bring us here for our teams, where the fans tailgate and we all celebrate that it's bowl season today. Happy bowl season, everybody.
You're in Coca-Cola Bowl season. Now back to the Xbox Bowl.
Jalen Rayner, 8 for 11 passing, 194 yards, 3 touchdowns already. And we are just past the halfway point in the second quarter. His Arkansas State Red Wolves lead the Missouri State Bears 24-7. And they are set to kick it away again. Both Jamarie Robinson and Dash Luke are back at their own goal line to reel in this kick. It is over the head of Robinson, who lets it hit right on top of the Cowboys block logo in the end zone for a touchback. Let's check in with Chris Mankowski down on the sideline.
Chauncey Cobb with the latest score for Arkansas State, a young man who waited his chance. Entered this season with only 3 games played and just a single reception for 4 yards in his 2 first seasons on campus. Turn the page to this year, 767 receiving yards entered tonight. That's second on the team, and now he has a touchdown reception in a bowl game, Kyle.
Yeah, 3 or more catches in 11 of 12 games this season. Had 2 games of 100-plus receiving, including last time out against Louisiana Tech, against App State. 5 receptions for 117 in that season finale. Handoff to Green Jr., who turns upfield, and he is chopped down after a gain of 2. Tried to turn up at the numbers on the left side of the field.
Yeah, that stretch play's been there at times. I think right now you start to see Arkansas State make some adjustments too, and it's going to get tougher on them. If they're not able to run the football, the pressure that they've applied on Clark, you just got to be careful here. You got just over 5 minutes left. You want a good series. You want to hold the ball. Don't give the ball back to Arkansas State as explosive they've been. They could try to find ways to put points on the board.
They motion the tight end, Askren, from left to right. Now they turn around, and there was movement up front, plenty of movement. This will go backwards for Missouri State.
Boy, that's just been
False start. Number 66 on the offense. 5 yards. Still second down.
It's just been the theme this first half. I mean, they just shoot themselves in the foot with the penalty. We've seen it a couple of holds. There's a false start on. Now it puts you at 2nd and 13. I mean, this offense is not built to play behind schedule.
Now their 3rd penalty of the day puts them behind the sticks again. 2nd down and 13 with the ball at the 22-yard line. Belt tie snap. Jacob Clark with time. Throws it in the flat. It's complete to Green. Now Green can take off. He's got some speed up the right sideline. Pushed out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A gain of 10, and it's right back to third and manageable. If you're able to do that on first and second down without a penalty, Elvis, you're in good field position.
You're exactly right. Now you're applying pressure on the defense. Boy, you got to give Green credit. Great hands. I think that's why you see he had over 20 receptions this year. Love the way they use him there out of the backfield. Great play. Let's see if they can pick up the first down here.
Under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Third down and 2. Jacob Clark back behind center. They motion a man. They give it to Lawrence. Lawrence, who is their third down back all day, every day, picks up the yardage. About 3 on the play. They only needed 2 to move the sticks.
Nice job. So now you're okay. You got a fresh set of downs. Let's see how Clark's going to manage this. I mentioned earlier, he's got authority to put them in the right play, change it up if he wants to. Petrino trusts him. Let's see how he's going to manage this. We have seen a lot of movement, too, from Arkansas State. That's the one thing that I think's got them. They show one thing, and they move late.
First down and 10 from the Missouri State 36-yard line. Bears with the football, trailing 24-7. Hand off to Lawrence, makes a man miss from behind the line of scrimmage and scurries forward to about the 39-yard line. Pickup of 3.
Good linebacker play, something we haven't mentioned much. Talk a lot about the front for Arkansas State. They've got some really good linebackers. Kyle Taylor, another one of those guys that's really good. Local kid from the Colony. He's kind of a guy that's real quiet, leads by example. Had a great season for the Red Wolves.
Now second down and 7. Missouri State with Jacob Clark at quarterback, 8 for 10 throwing. Wants to throw it here. Long completion to the right side. Only a pickup of about 3. It was a lateral completion to James Blackstrain, his first catch of the day. Again, setting up third down and short, 3 yards to go to the marker.
Boy, that's a risky throw to make that far out there for just a short gain. But again, the kid's very talented. He's got a great arm, and Petrino trusts him to make that throw. And now they put themselves again in third and short.
All but 2 of his passes have been complete, 90 yards and a passing touchdown so far for Jacob Clark. Third down and 3 for Missouri State. They are 3 for 6 on third down, and Clark calls a timeout. Arkansas State had it on their defensive side, and it looked like there was some kind of miscommunication there from Missouri State, and they wanted to talk it over. Clark was very emphatic to call the timeout.
Good decision, right? Because this is a big play. This is a big down here. So if you're not on the same page with your coordinator or you don't like what you see out there, just call a timeout. Get your best play called here. 2:53 remaining, third and short. You got to pick this up. Again, you don't want to give the ball back to this red-hot Red Wolves offense.
And especially as quickly as Arkansas State has scored in this game, but also with the amount of time left here in the quarter, Arkansas State's going to get the football back. This feels like a must-score drive for Missouri State this early in the ball.
Yeah, and again, that's why I think that's a great timeout to call there. If you're not on the same page, you don't like what you see there, miscommunication, whatever the reason, just call it, get your best play in here. You got to wonder, hey, are you going with Lawrence? If he's in, do you trust him, or do you go a little play action? Nope. Now you see Green in the backfield. I mean, he's tough to handle in these short down situations because he's so quick and he's got great hands.
He's great out of the receiving game as well. Third down and 3 following the timeout. They motion the tight end, Askren, from right to left. Clark bootlegs left, looking for some kind of running room. He does have the first down as he turns the corner up the left sideline, pushed out of bounds right at midfield. It depends on the marker here. Actually, they'll mark him about right at midfield. First down.
They actually, Arkansas State's defense stopped. They wanted the shovel pass to Green, and it wasn't there. And I'm a little shocked. Again, Jacob Clark gets to the edge and picks up the first down. A guy that I didn't think he really was much of a mobile guy, but he's definitely proven me wrong. Great job on the ground this first half.
They go empty backfield now for Clark. Chest high snap. 2-step drop, looks left, completes it to Dash Luke, who's pushed out of bounds. Gain of 5 on first down.
That's a
quick out routes, a phenomenal play, and it's been there throughout this first half.
They just, here's where you got to be careful. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. We talk about that. Okay, now you're on schedule. Great job, first down. You pick up 4, 5. They give them 5, I guess, on that first down. Now you're on schedule.
Empty backfield again. 4-man front for Arkansas State. Second down and 5. Clark pressured, wrapped up, taken to the ground. Chris Bodie gets in there. The Liberty transfer has his second sack of the campaign. not so much back on track for Missouri State.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to sit there watching the staff and watching the routes that were. I think Rennell Johnson ran the wrong route. And now I'm sitting here watching him with Petrino because they had two guys in the same area. That's just not what they called. That's what probably allowed the pass rush to get home.
And that is unfortunate for this squad. Of course, needing a score on the drive, they go into the 2-minute timeout, trailing 24-7 to Arkansas State. You're listening to the Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio, home of the 2025 Xbox Bowl.
Tim, I'm receiving an important update.
Ooh, are you getting night vision?
No, I just found out you could get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender.
So, no night vision?
No night vision.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org/auto loans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loan must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply.
Wake up, scroll, eat, school, work, TV, podcast, eat, scroll, sleep, rinse, repeat. We've all been there, stuck in the same routine, day in and day out. But in the U.S. Air Force, you can put an end to this endless cycle. With over 200 career options at bases across the entire globe, your exciting future starts here. To learn more and get started, go to airforce.com. Aim high.
In 1917, Agnes and Herbert Greer recognized a need for high-quality cold-rolled strip steel. Their solution? They founded Greer Steel and built a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility to produce the highest quality strip steel available. The company was built one customer at a time. It was built with true relationships. Today, Greer Steel not only remains a leader in the industry, but is an extraordinary resource for clients that demand more efficient production, which increases their profit. With a long reputation as an innovator, the Dover, Ohio mill is home to the Laser Matte Finisher, the only unit of its kind in the United States, plus a gold standard metallurgical lab. I'm John Racy, president of Greer Steel, and Agnes and Herbert Greer were my grandparents. We make steel that will meet your requirements and exceed your expectations. To learn more, visit us at GreerSteel.com.
Hoppy Kercheval in the Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio Studios with Brad Howell. Coming up at the half, highlights from the first half. And Brad, you'll break down the upcoming bowl games. Also look at that first college football playoff game tomorrow night.
Get started at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Alabama visiting Oklahoma. Then that's followed on Saturday by the 3 other first-round games.
The NFL game tonight, 3:32 left to go in the third. Rams leading the Seahawks 23-14. Update on that game at the half as well. Now back to the Xbox Bowl. Here again, Kyle, Elvis, and Chris, guys.
Thank you guys very much. Crucial 3rd down and 11 for Missouri State from their own 48-yard line, trailing 24-7 to Arkansas State. Jacob Clark in the shotgun. 2 receivers to both sides of the line of scrimmage. Now a check with me at the line. Arkansas State defensively trying to get some help from their crowd to the near sideline. 3rd down and 11. The Bears snap it, play action. Clark pressured again, bounces off of a defender, ran into his own offensive lineman, and he is taken down for the sack. Back to the 40-yard line they go. Missouri State forced to punt again after another defensive stop.
Boy, just a ton of pressure. That time they even brought a corner blitz after they changed the play at the line. And it's just, you're seeing the difference up front. And now Butch Jones takes a timeout. He wants more points before the first half, but just a really good job there by the defense of Arkansas State.
1:51 left in the second quarter. Now Arkansas State takes a timeout as they want to preserve as much clock as possible. They will get the football to start the third quarter as well. A chance to double dip here and put this game out of reach early. 76 is a proud sponsor of bowl season. Want to win the ultimate fan experience to the CFP National Championship in Miami? The Fuel Forward app from 76 can get you there. Visit 76.com/thegoroute for details on how to enter. Kalen Benelli back to receive the punt. It is Stuart McDonald at his own 35-yard line. 1:52 left in the second. Arkansas State has put together some quick striking drives, and even before the snap, false start up front on Missouri State.
That'll be 4 penalties now in this first half for Missouri
False
State.
start. Number 24 on the kicking team. It's 5 yards. It's still 4th down.
And that's been crucial because those 4 penalties have all come at critical times and drives.
And 2 huge holds. Yeah, they put it back. And you look on the other side, Red Wolves just 1 penalty for 5 yards. And, boy, they're doing everything right this first half.
227 yards of total offense. The sacks have been there, 4 of them in the first half. As this time the punt is away. It is a wobbler down the numbers on the left side. It is cratering in at about the 28-yard line where it is down by Green Jr. And it's a 37-yard punt by Missouri State. Before Arkansas State checks in on this drive, let's check in with Chris Mykowski.
Well, 4th sack of the night for Arkansas State is what forced Missouri State to punt. Earlier this season, A-State had 9 sacks in their win against Troy. That's tied for the most in any FBS game this season and the second most in program history. A-State had 10 against Southern Illinois back in 1989. 9 different players contributed to that sack attack in the Troy game, Kyle.
Play action and a handoff, on the first play of the drive as Devin Spencer plunges into the pile, but there's a penalty marker back behind the line of scrimmage, possibly in the spot of a hold. We'll see what the call is here.
Boy, this may be on Missouri State, though. You watch the body language of these players, Gal, and you quickly see the Red Wolves pointing to the Missouri State defense.
Offsides. Number 43 on the defense. 5 yards from the previous spot. It's still 1st down.
The senior Caleb Dietland called offside, so penalties continuing to stack up even in the closing minutes of the second quarter. Unfortunate there for Missouri State, a team that throughout the season did average about 63 penalty yards per game. Rayner back to throw, throws right to the comeback route, off the hands and incomplete, looking for Benelli down the right sideline.
He might have rushed it a little bit there before his receiver got out of his break, but I think just even a little bit of pressure there for Missouri State, a little bit up front, just kind of threw that connection off. An incomplete pass for Arkansas State.
2nd down and 5. And now there's movement from the Arkansas State side of things. That should be on the right guard, Will Saxton.
False start. Number 50 on the offense. It's 5 yards. It's still 2nd down.
So now right back to square one on 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, still 1:30 left for this Red Wolves offense.
You have 2 timeouts remaining as well.
True.
Plenty of time here,
Plenty of time.
especially as quickly as they've worked the ball down the field so far. This one into coverage. It is tipped, but it falls to the ground. Caden Weist worked off of the defensive line back into some shadow coverage and got his big right hand up to knock that football down. Nearly had a chance at a pick.
Yeah, very great job. Great call by LD Scott, defensive coordinator. Brings both backers to your point, drops Caden there in coverage, incomplete pass, forces a 3rd and long, but a really good call there on that 2nd down.
This would be a confidence boost for Missouri State to get a defensive stop prior to the end of the second quarter. 3rd down and 10. Rayner, all sorts of time, launches it downfield off the hands of Corey Rucker. There was a lot of hand fighting in the secondary. Rucker made a phenomenal move back to the football while being covered by Darian Taylor, but the ball just clanks off of his chest and incomplete.
Yeah, I almost want to see the replay. If that was did Taylor punch it out, or did Rucker just see it late, didn't really get his eyes on the ball? But I like taking a shot there, right? You got a one-on-one coverage. It's a big-time player out there. Give him a chance to see what you can do.
This 3-play drive for Arkansas State took just 23 seconds off the clock. And with an incomplete pass, Missouri State's going to have 2 timeouts and about a minute and change as this punt is barely away. Dash all the way inside his own 25-yard line is taken down by multiple Arkansas State defenders. 48-yard punt and a -1 return by the Bears. They just could not find any room or hold up there from their special teams unit. They'll take over at their own 25-yard line with 1:09 left in the first half.
Great job by the Missouri State defense. Love the call there that we saw on second down. Stops them on third and long. And to your point earlier, you said plenty of time. You got to find ways to put points on the board and go into the locker room with a little bit of momentum.
This could be a crucial turn of events if they can find points here to draw it back within a couple possessions. Clark back to throw on 1st and 10. Looks right, throws right, complete into the flat for Jamari A. Robinson, who breaks a tackle. Now he turns on the afterburners, pressing that right 2 trigger just to turn on a little turbo, and he picks up 16 yards. He's out of bounds to stop the clock with 1 minute left.
Credit to the O-line. They gave Clark time. He found Robinson and breaks a couple of tackles and picks up 16. To your point, now they're in rhythm. Now you got to get going a little bit here and continue to protect Clark, because there's a difference when he's got time.
This offense has put up some video game numbers throughout the season. Can they find it again on this closing drive? A completion out left to Ronell Johnson, short of the stick, so the clock runs inside 50 seconds. Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5, as the Bears are quickly up to the line of scrimmage, setting up 2 tight ends to the left, 2 to the right. The running back is Green Jr. Chest high snap for Clark. Now he looks right again. This one all the way outside. It is caught and out of bounds as Blackstrain is pushed out of bounds. They will say to stop the clock here with 35 seconds remaining in the half.
That probably would have been a great chance to take a little double move shot there. You got some aggressive corners that are playing hard, and they're trying to take away those 5-yard outs and stops. And I'd like to see a little pump and go, see if it was there. But let's see what they dial up here on third.
3rd down and 6. Clark back to throw. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Had an open man at the sticks as Dash Luke was waiting. But because of the defensive lineman getting in the passing lane, that ball is incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He had his guy there for the first down, and they'd continue on a solid drive. But the defensive lineman, right, when you can't get home, what do? Get your hands up, knock the ball down. They did that textbook there. Now they're going to force another punt here with 32 seconds remaining.
So after both teams put up some numbers in the first quarter, then it was Arkansas State in the second quarter. It's been punts back and forth over these final few drives of the half. High spiraling kick, fair caught at the 20-yard line. A kick of 37 yards into the hands of Jalen Benelli. We'll see what the Arkansas State mindset is here with just 25 seconds left. Do you take a shot, Elvis, or do you possibly take it into the half leading 24-7?
I mean, in regular season, you just take a knee, whatever. Let's see if Butch decides to take a shot. But also, you're not here to embarrass anybody and rub their nose in it. You've had a great first half. Probably just, take a knee and get in the locker room. But they got to be having a lot of fun down there because they put up a big number here in this first half.
Yeah, stick around. We will catch up. Chris Mikoski on the sideline with Butch Jones, head coach of Arkansas State. Prior to the break, it is a snap to Jalen Rayner. He does take a knee, and that'll do it for the first half of the 2025 Xbox Bowl. Arkansas State leads Missouri State 24-7 here from Frisco, Texas, and Ford Center at the Star.
Yeah, great first half by this Red Wolves. And you got to think 226 total yards, 194 in the air, only 32 on the ground. And I think probably the 8 minutes and 1 second is all they took in that first half, just put up 24 points. Really, really explosive offense that Coach Butch Jones, he had his team prepared. And we heard that a lot this week, that they wanted to be here. They were hungry. They finished the season really strong down the stretch, and they're picking up where they left off here at the Star.
Jalen Rayner, 8 for 14 passing, 194 passing yards, 3 touchdowns in the first half. The junior quarterback who's played in some big games throughout his career was fantastic and nearly perfect through the first 2 quarters of play.
Yeah, he's lived up to the hype and really love watching him do it. We haven't seen him run much, but he hadn't need to, right?
No.
He's had great protection, explosive plays.
Yeah, who had that happening in this first half? Here's Chris with Coach.
Coach Jones, 4 sacks already. What has your defense done to wreak that much havoc?
Well, again, we're doing a good job in the back end, and we're able to win some one-on-one matchups. We didn't do a particularly good job in the middle of the second half of stopping the run. I thought the whole key to the game was we gave up an explosive touchdown, It was 14-7, but we were able to respond and match it with a 54-yard field goal.
We talked earlier this week about how much you value the bowl season experience. For somebody like Chauncey Cobb, who waited his turn to see him score on this stage, I imagine it was really special to you.
Well, it is, but we still have a half to go, and they've been a fourth quarter football team, and we just got to keep grinding our way through this.
We'll brag on Chauncey in postgame. You'll go great? Okay. Thank you, Coach. Kyle?
Thanks, guys. Of course, both of these teams have won and come from behind fashion throughout the season. There is some toughness on display on the field tonight. We'll see what Missouri State does to respond in the second half, but it will be Arkansas State to open the third quarter with the football. That's the end of the first half in the 2025 Xbox Bowl. The score, Arkansas State leading Missouri State 24-7. Hoppy Kercheval and Brad Howe are coming up next in the bowl season radio studio after this from Hell of a Good Dip.
This season, the action isn't just on the field, it's in every game day spread. Hell of a Good Dips bring bold flavor to every tailgate, made for dunking, scooping, and celebrating every big play. Find Hell of a Good in stores near you and follow on Instagram at Hell of a Good Dips. Start dipping with Hell of a Good.
Tim, I'm receiving an important update.
Oh, are you getting night vision?
No, I just found out you could get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender.
So, no night vision?
No night vision.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org/auto loans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loan must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply.
It takes a different breed to be the first to respond. The first on the scene. The first to tackle disaster head on. At ServPro, we witness the bravery of first responders almost every day. So to all those who never give a second thought to being the first ones in, this game's for you. ServPro, proud supporter of our nation's first responders.
If your child has a common orthopedic condition, that doesn't mean you can only get common treatments. You can choose Shriners Children's. Our world-class care is not limited to insurance networks or to what's been done before. The same doctors who innovate treatments for the most complicated orthopedic issues will help your child grow and develop properly. See what we do at shrinerschildrens.org. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
It's halftime at the Xbox Bowl. To recap the first half, here are Hoppy Kercheval and Brad Howe.
And at the half, all Red Wolves, Arkansas State, Brad, leading Missouri State 24-7.
Really impressive half for Arkansas State. Jalen Raynor's been outstanding in the first half. He was as advertised.
Yeah, really good. All right, highlights from the first half. First possession, Missouri State goes 3 and out after the punt. Arkansas State begins at their own 45. The Red Wolves are moving with Jalen Raynor, completing a couple of passes, successful runs by Kenyon Clay, and from the 7, Raynor finds an open receiver.
Play action. Raynor looks left. Is pressured off the right side. Has to let it go. Has a man, and it's caught in the end zone. Jalen Benelli starts the scoring in the Xbox Bowl. It's a touchdown for the Red Wolves.
Red Wolves marched right down the field, Hoppy. They averaged 11 yards per play on that drive.
Missouri State looking to answer. Quarterback Jacob Clark completes a big 3rd and 11 to keep the drive alive, and the Bears are in Arkansas State territory. After a holding penalty, though, on 3rd and 12, Clark is sacked. The drive stalls. The Bears have to punt. But it does flip the field. Arkansas State will start at their own 5. Raynor, a 24-yard completion to Corey Rucker. 2 plays later, Raynor is hit. Looks like it could have been a fumble, Brad, but it's ruled an incomplete pass. On the very next play, Raynor goes deep.
Yeah, it was a straight go route to Rucker, and Raynor hit him right in stride behind the defense for a 71-yard touchdown. That was the longest touchdown pass play of the year for the Red Wolves.
Arkansas State up 14-0 still in the first quarter. Critical time for Missouri State now. On 2nd and 4 from their own 40, Jacob Clark finds an open receiver.
Pressured from behind. Clark turns, flips his hips, has a man. It's inside the 10. Caught by Dash Luke, and he's in the end zone. It's a 40-yard pitch and catch from Jacob Clark to Dash Luke for the Bears' opening touchdown.
And this was a game we talked about coming in. Two highly productive quarterbacks, and they lived up to that billing there early in the first half.
Arkansas State still up, though, 14-7 at that point. That's how the quarter ended. Early second quarter. Arkansas State driving again to the 37-yard line, but fails to convert on 3rd and 10. So Clune Van Andel comes in to attempt a long field goal.
Among 19 FBS kickers with at least 3 field goals of 50 or more, this one is on the way, has all sorts of distance, and he converts. A new career long for Clune Van Andel, and that had room to spare from 55.
That's a great call there. That's his 4th 50-yard plus field goal, as you heard, a new career long, and that was exactly right on the call. That would have been good from 60 plus as it hit the back of the net in the end zone.
Yeah, he killed it. Arkansas State 17-7 at that point, 12:40 left to go in the second quarter. On the Bears' next possession, they're forced to punt. Jalen Benelli makes defenders miss.
It is a booming kick, spiraling, and Benelli goes all the way back to his own 20. He gets spun around. Now he takes off, stays on his feet to the 35, 40, 45, 50, makes a cut at the 50, tripped up, and falls to the ground at the 42-yard line. If he did not lose his footing, I believe Jason Benelli may have been hitting his head on the goalpost.
What a great individual play by Benelli to start that. You heard that he had to backpedal to catch it first, and he spun out of that tackle and then took off upfield and very nearly took it to the house.
2 plays later, Rayner to Hunter Summers for 39 yards down to the 7, and it's another score for the Red Wolves.
Step back to throw. This one at the goal line. It's caught, and then backing into the goal line is Chauncey Cobb. It's a touchdown for Arkansas State, putting on an offensive clinic in the first half.
Clinic indeed. How about Jalen Rayner in the first half? 8 completions for 194 yards, so 24 yards plus per completion and 3 touchdowns.
Brad, big plays.
Big explosive plays from Arkansas State.
The score at the half, Arkansas State 24, Missouri State 7 as halftime continues. This is the Xbox Bowl on Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio.
This is an Xbox, and this is an Xbox that takes calls. This is an Xbox when you need a study break. This is you enjoying seamless gaming on the go with the new ROG Xbox Ally. And this, that's a beatbox. To recap, this, and this are all Xboxes. And this is you gaming wherever, whenever, however. That's an achievement unlocked. The choice is yours. Play Xbox on your favorite Xbox device.
Lockheed Martin's vision of 21st century security means preparing to make split-second decisions with certainty. Because whether your mission is over land, on the sea, through the air, in outer space, or cyberspace, our mission is to help you detect the threats, connect the tech, and protect what matters most in every domain of operation. Lockheed Martin, ensuring those we serve always stay ahead of ready.
JLab is powering the 2025 college football season with incredible earbuds, headphones, and speakers, and supporting elite athletes from powerhouse programs nationwide, including Ohio State's Julian Sayin and Carnell Tate, Indiana's Fernando Mendoza, Arkansas's Taylor Green, and Vanderbilt's Martell Height Jr. These incredible players elevate every rep. Travel and game day with JLab earbuds, headphones, and speakers. JLab, your kind of tech, straight from the lab. Shop at JLab.com, Amazon, and retailers everywhere.
If your child has a common orthopedic condition, that doesn't mean you can only get common treatments. You can choose Shriners Children's. Our world-class care is not limited to insurance networks or to what's been done before. The same doctors who innovate treatments for the most complicated orthopedic issues will help your child grow and develop properly. See what we do at shrinerschildrens.org. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
You're listening to the Xbox Bowl from Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio.
Jalen Rayner has 3 touchdown passes, and Arkansas State leads Missouri State 24-7 at the half of the Xbox Bowl. All right, we have 3 games tomorrow, and 2 of those games will be on Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, as Kennesaw State, the Owls, meet the Western Michigan Broncos in the Myrtle Beach Bowl presented by Engine. Brad, what do you have on
Well, this is really fun in bowl season, isn't it? When we have 3 games and we go all day with just different games going. And this first one will be fun to watch as 2 teams that won their respective conferences this season. Kennesaw State won Conference USA in what was one of the biggest turnarounds in college football. How about this, Hoppy? The Owls were just 2-10 a year ago. This season, 10-3 and a conference title. Western Michigan had a nice turnaround of its own. Lost the first 2 games of this season, but then went on to win 9 of the final 10 games during the year and claimed that MAC championship. Now, if you like teams that run the football, this game is for you. Both of these teams come in top 20 nationally in rush attempts.
After that, we'll take you to Tampa, Florida for the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Memphis Tigers take on the Wolfpack of North Carolina State. Brad.
Memphis in a period of transition here as head coach Ryan Silverfield is off to Arkansas, so defensive backs coach Reggie Howard will take over for this one. Tigers are looking to bounce back from a late season slide that saw them lose their final 3 games of the season. On the other sideline, NC State has quite a few opt-outs, but it appears quarterback CJ Bailey will be playing in this one. That's big news for the Wolfpack. Bailey threw for nearly 3,000 yards and 23 touchdowns on the season. Now, this is a Wolfpack offense that likes to hit big plays. They're in the 83rd percentile nationally in explosive play percentage. So look for Bailey to push it downfield. But Memphis says, hold on here just a minute. You want to talk about explosive plays? How about us? The Tigers come in 95th percentile in explosive play percentage. Much of that coming on the ground. So deep, big pass plays against big explosive running in the Gasparilla Bowl.
Then tomorrow night, the college football playoffs get underway. And what a way to start, right? Alabama going to Oklahoma. You like that one?
Yeah, can't wait for this one to happen. Alabama comes in as the first ever 3-loss team to make the college football playoff, and they'll be on the road headed into Norman. One of those 3 losses that Alabama took this year was to the Sooners. Back in mid-November. Now they get ready for the rematch. So Sooner quarterback John Mateer was a heck of a story early in the season, then battled through some injury. You wonder if the reins will be taken off him here as we get late in the season and let him run a little bit. And you know you've got that Sooner defense that is absolutely outstanding, getting what is a very talented Crimson Tide offense.
I got a stat for you. You ready for this?
Good.
No team has ever defeated Alabama twice in the same season.
That's a good one.
Okay, now that's now think about that because that's a little bit strange. We're just in the playoffs now, fairly recent, but no team has beaten Alabama twice in the same year. Could Oklahoma do it? Find out tomorrow night. More from our halftime show. After this, from Scooter's Coffee, official coffee of bowl season.
Today's cup of Scooter's Coffee was hard-earned in the trenches of School Zone Triumph. That pickup line is always a crawling mess of SUVs and minivans. But you timed it perfectly, getting there precisely between long-waiting early arrivers and last-minute moms. Even got a nice job from the oldest. Sure, he called your bruh, but you'll take it. So enjoy that Scooter's Coffee, you pickup line prodigy. You earned it. Scooter's Coffee. You earned it.
Aisleseats.com is your source for tickets to all types of events, sports, concerts, theater, and virtually anything else that takes a ticket. If your event is sold out or you can't get the quality of seats that you're looking for, that is what we specialize in. Great seats to the hottest events. We can also help if you're on a budget. Many tickets are priced below face value. Best of all, Aisleseats.com has none of the service charges that other sites are famous for. The price you see is what you get. Visit Aisleseats.com. That's aisle with an A. AISLESEATS.com.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
This season, the action isn't just on the field. It's in every game day spread. Hell of a Good dips bring bold flavor to every watch party. Made for dunking, scooping, and celebrating every big play. Find Hell of a Good in stores near you and follow on Instagram at Hell of a Good Dips. Start dipping with Hell of a Good.
Back at the Bowl Season Radio studios and the NFL game, huge NFC game tonight, Brad. And with 8 minutes to go, Seattle just narrowed the gap. They trail the Rams now 30-22. So good finish coming up in that ball game as the top spot in the NFC is on the line. All right, our ball game, Arkansas State leads Missouri State 24-7. What stats stand out to you?
Well, Huppy, a lot of these that jump out off the page are all kind of tied together, and they focus around this Arkansas State explosive offense. Let's go back to Jalen Raynor for a second. 8 of 14, 194 yards and those 3 touchdowns you mentioned just a second ago. He's been fantastic. The time of possession, it's one of those stats that's lying to you during this game if you just looked at it, as Missouri State has had the ball for 21 minutes and 38 seconds compared to just 8 minutes and 22 seconds for Arkansas State. But we're back to the explosive nature of the Red Wolves. 183 yards of their total yardage of 226. Are you with me there? 183 out of the 226 have come from just 6 plays in the first half. So it's been that nature, that efficient, explosive offense for the Red Wolves that have them out in front 24/7.
All right. We'll return to the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, and rejoin Elvis Gallegos, Chris Maikoski, and Kyle Yeomans in 2 minutes. This is the Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio Network, and you're listening to the 2025 Xbox Bowl.
He's going to hit one deep down the field, and it's caught! It's a touchdown!
There's nothing like that moment when your team clenches a win. Bragging rights, the electric feel of the crowd, your fight song filling the stands. Whether it's Friday Night Lights or waking up on Saturday ready to tailgate, or the hours of excitement of watching games on Sunday, football means tradition. It's synonymous with the fall. Whether you played, cheered, performed in the band, or just like to try your hand at armchair quarterbacking, the feeling of game day never ends. Imagine life without football? You can't. And why would you want to? Football is a powerful motivator for all who take part. Football matters in our lives.
What a finish! I can't believe we witnessed that today.
Join the community and celebrate the game. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Football Matters.
Aisleseats.com is your source for tickets to all types of events, sports, concerts, theater, and virtually anything else that takes a ticket. If your event is sold out or you can't get the quality of seats that you're looking for, that is what we specialize in. Great seats to the hottest events. We can also help if you're on a budget. Many tickets are priced below face value. Best of all, Aisleseats.com has none of the service charges that other sites are famous for. The price you see is what you get. Visit Aisleseats.com. That's aisle with an A. AISLESEATS.com.
Wake up, scroll, eat, school, work, TV, podcast, eat, scroll, sleep, rinse, repeat. We've all been there, stuck in the same routine, day in and day out. But in the U.S. Air Force, you can put an end to this endless cycle. With over 200 career options at bases across the entire globe, your exciting future starts here. To learn more and get started, go to airforce.com. Aim high.
This is the Xbox Bowl. It's time for the second half kickoff. Once again, along with Elvis Gallegos and Chris Maikoski, here's Kyle Yeomans.
24-7, Arkansas State on top of Missouri State as we are just about set for the start of the third quarter. Navy Federal Credit Union proudly serving all branches of the armed forces, veterans, and their families. No matter where you are in your military careers, Navy Federal has the products and resources to help you navigate your finances. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Our members are the mission. Chris Maikoski is now joined on the sideline by head coach Nick Petrino of Missouri State.
Coach Petrino, obviously a really hard time for Clark to stay on his feet. 4 sacks for Arkansas State. How do you allow him to do more damage?
Yeah, we got to move him around a little bit, use a little bit of naked, some quick game. But yeah, it's tough. We got a really young O-line out there, and they're battling, but we got to try to find ways to get the ball out faster. We got to keep them off the ground, that's for sure.
On the other side, Jalen Raynor is just doing what he does, such an explosive quarterback. What does your defense learn about him?
Yeah, we got to get off the field on third down. We got to get off the field. We got to stop them. They almost scored every possession that half, so we got to get some stops and get them off the field on third down, give our offense a chance.
Coach Petrino, I appreciate it. Kyle?
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, Jalen Raynor, what a first half he had. Touchdown passes to Corey Rucker, to Jalen Benelli, also to Chauncey Cobb, his first of the season. He did everything he wanted to against that defense, and they'll start with the football here in the third as well.
Yeah, he was really good. He was really sharp, really poised in the pocket. stayed with his read. Didn't really force much. Again, we also talked about the dual threat that he is. We didn't see him run much. And really, that's probably the one area where Arkansas State, you got to think they're going to try to take advantage of or jump on is, hey, how do we start moving the ball on the ground? Because they only had 32 yards in the first half. But, yeah, Rayner was really good, really sharp. I think the key for him is, hey, don't lose focus. You got a big lead here. Stay locked in and don't turn the football over.
That is crucial at the moment. They did a phenomenal job of playing in front of the sticks to start this matchup. Only 4 third down opportunities in the first half. It's a low line drive kick. It'll settle in at about the 20, put on the ground, and 2 Arkansas State returners collided in front of each other, and then both had to fight for the football as they recover it at the 18-yard line. Kind of an interesting chess move from Missouri State to begin the third quarter.
Yeah, great kick there. I actually thought they had a shot at it. Saw the ball really kind of get away from them, and then all of a sudden they fall on it. But, yeah, great job. You got them inside the 20. Now, we talked about the middle 8, right? The first 4 minutes, the last 4 minutes to end the half, and the first 4 to start are very key.
Starting running back in for the beginning of the third quarter. Kenyon Clay to the right of Jalen Rayner behind center. They give it to Clay, who is stacked at the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard. Nothing really going on that first play from scrimmage. Again, it's back to Cobb, Rucker and Benelli as the wide receivers on the field for Arkansas State. Also a tight end in the formation, Tyler Little. Play action, Rayner looks, throws. This one's complete to Benelli. No, he dropped it. He looked to turn up field, and he left it on the turf. Benelli was looking at the green grass in front of him, left a large opportunity on the table.
He sure did. Ball hit him right in the hands where we're supposed to be delivered. And as Coach Petrino just said, they got to get off the field on third down. Let's see what they do here. What is Scott going to dial up? We saw blitz on first down. They played coverage on second. Let's see what he calls here on third.
2 for 4 in third down chances in the first half. Arkansas State faced with one here, 3rd and 10. Chest high snap, Rayner, sidearms one underneath. This one's caught by Rucker, tried to turn upfield, and it's an open field tackle short of the sticks. Phenomenal defensive effort by Darion Taylor to avoid first down yardage, and here comes the punt team for the Red Wolves.
Great stop, great tackle. That's one thing that I didn't think Missouri State was sharp in the first half. It's just poor tackling. There you see, great job getting them down before the sticks, and it looks like we should see a Red Wolves. I doubt they would sit a fake here, but you never know. It is a bowl game.
It is a bowl game. Some crazy things can happen. They're on their own 25-yard line. Back to punt is Jackson Waller. Have not seen a whole lot of Waller today. End over end punt. It is fair caught by Luke Dash at the Missouri State 37-yard line, and it's a 37-yard punt as well by Jackson Waller. So there's the stop that Missouri State needed. They had one at the end of the first half, and they have one here to start the second half.
That's exactly what they needed to do there. Now let's look at the offensive side of the football. I think this is where you can't shoot yourself in the foot, right? Those penalties really cost them, especially as they were marching at times. And the pass protection, I think they're going to have to use more of this tight end sets to help Clark. When he's got time, he'll deliver a good ball, and they could be explosive. Just got to give him the time.
He goes under center here on 1st down and 10. Good starting field position, one of the better starting spots for Missouri State on the night. They give to Lawrence. He is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. That's the big defensive tackle, Cody Sigler, who was, of course, out early with an injury, back in it, and he's got a tackle for loss for 3.
Yeah, great job. Just great hands, very physical point of attack, but he moves laterally well, gets upfield, finishes the play. Can't go backwards. We talked about the tackles for loss were big. Obviously, the sacks. I believe that's now 10 tackles for loss for this Arkansas State defense.
Yeah, the average yards per play right now for Missouri State is just 4. Not a very high number. Play action. Clark has to get rid of it as he's pressured again. Finds the tight end in Askren, but he's at the original line of scrimmage and pushed out of bounds at the Missouri State 33-yard line. No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd and long from in their own territory.
Probably not the best call to try to bootleg out of there, even though Coach Petrino just told Chris that. I wanted to see a little bit of the screen game. I think that's really been effective when you have a defense that's really aggressive.
Outside of the penalties and the pass protection. Jacob Clark has been fantastic when he can throw the football. Only 3 incompletions in 17 attempts. 3rd down and long. Here's a screen underneath. It is dropped initially by Dash Luke. They'll say it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble, even though it was picked up and advanced. So 4th and 13, and it looks like a 3 and out for Missouri State.
You know, very impressed with Rayner in this Arkansas State offense, but this defense is really good. I mean, you look at their schedule. Now we see a penalty thrown here. Flag comes in late. But, man, just really impressed how sound defensively. Griff McCarley, the defensive coordinator, you got to give him a ton of credit. A lot of guys are playing in it. Nobody opted out. They're sound. They're violent. They're physical. They're flying to the football.
After
they want
the
to be
play
here.
was over, unsportsmanlike, number 0 on the offense. It's 15 yards. It'll be 4th down.
That's Jamarie Robinson with his first unsportsmanlike penalty of the game. That'll push him back 15 yards. You can't afford to lose the field position battle as well. Your defense just had a huge stop. Your offense doesn't get going. These penalties are nothing but killers even before the drive starts.
Correct. Got to keep your cool. Got to understand, hey, you got to move on to the next play, and you can't just make it harder on yourself by just letting your emotions get the best of you.
12:21 left. Arkansas State set to get the football back. It is Benelli with the fair catch signal at his own 35-yard line, and it's a 45-yard punt by Arkansas State. Or excuse me, by Missouri State. Arkansas State taking over with the football. They lead it 24-7, the score in this one. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the 2025 Xbox Bowl on Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio from First Team. With the score 24-7, Arkansas State on top. We will return to the Xbox Bowl after this from Xbox.
You book a ride, vacation, and dinner all through an app. So why not take the same approach to your job search? Staff DNA is how healthcare professionals now look for temporary contracts, staff positions, local assignments, or per diem shifts with just a few clicks. You can see all jobs with pay and details in one place without even registering. Customize your pay to suit your needs, get real-time status updates, and even accept offers all in the app. Staff DNA, the #1 app for finding healthcare jobs. Download it now.
Wake up, scroll, eat, school, work, TV, podcast, eat, scroll, sleep, rinse, repeat. We've all been there, stuck in the same routine, day in and day out. But in the U.S. Air Force, you can put an end to this endless cycle. With over 200 career options at bases across the entire globe, your exciting future starts here. To learn more and get started, go to airforce.com. Aim high.
Today's cup of Scooters coffee was hard-earned through parallel parking perfection. Oh, the stakes were high, the spot was tight, and everyone was watching, including that red hatchback that wanted to shark the spot. But you rose to the occasion. Use the mirror trick you learned from the internet and, well, earn the respect of everyone on the boulevard. No backup cam? No problem. So enjoy that delicious cup of Scooters coffee, you parallel parking wonderkid. Scooters coffee. You earned it.
A 43-yard field goal with a ticket to the championship on the line. Here's the snap. The kick is...
At this moment, who you voted for doesn't matter. What kind of car you drive, how much money you make, what kind of music you listen to, or how many followers you have doesn't matter. At this moment, the only thing that does is football. Because at footballmatters.com.
MV Sport, the official provider of the Bowl Bound shirt program with Bowl Season. Glad you're with us. The 2025 Xbox Bowl, the first ever event led by Arkansas State currently, 24-7 with 12:13 to play. One thing you can talk about this Arkansas State offense, Elvis, is the way that they've blocked up front for Jalen Rayner. He's had time to throw, hasn't needed to run the football a whole lot either.
Yeah, this front, up front, they've been pretty good. And you look at them down the stretch, they've gotten stronger as the year's gone. A lot of transfers. They lost a big-time center, so Mason Myers has to step in there as a sophomore. And I think that's where the 1 and 4 start started. That's a lot of new guys up front.
Rayner with a 5-step drop, throws this one underneath. It is caught and completed to Devin Spencer, but only a gain of about 2 before he's tripped up by his shoelaces. They mark it as a gain of 3 to the Arkansas State 37. Offset tight end to the right. Play action. Now throw complete to Rucker, who spins out of a tackle, stays on his feet. 45-40 down inside the 35-yard line. A 26-yard play by Rucker as he somehow kept his footing all the way through the play. And there's a Missouri State defender down in the backfield.
That looks like it could be Taylor from the secondary that's down. But, boy, just Corey Rucker, he's just I thought he was down. You see just how big and physical he beats you inside, and then the yards after catch. He's just continuing to just show what a great player he is. And I continue to think this guy's going to play at the next level. He's going to get a shot. He's just had a great career, and I love that he's playing hard. I mean, in the year and the times where a lot of guys are opting out, you see the big numbers. He had a lot to play for, and he did. He continued on, and he's here, and he's playing tonight, and he's playing well.
It is Darian Taylor, who's played quite a bit here in this first 2 quarters and change now for Missouri State, and made some big plays. Had an open field tackle that forced a punt in the first half. He got kind of tangled up with the group of defenders trying to take Rucker to the ground, and helped Rucker actually escape that for extra yardage. First down and 10 from the Missouri State 36-yard line. Arkansas State driving. Throw into the flat. This one's complete. Out to the left side. Out to the numbers at the 30. Taken down at the 28-yard line. That's Chauncey Cobb, who had one of the touchdown grabs in the first half.
Good time for that play call. Swing it out to the left and you get cover 3 in that corner on that side. Spelling, tons of space to work with. Great game.
Second down and 2. Handoff. Again, they go to Spencer, who's right at the line to gain. Pushes the pile forward to the 25-yard line. First down, Arkansas State leading 24-7.
You got to think they're going to take a shot here. Yeah, if I'm Missouri State, I'm getting. There's got to be a sense of urgency. The defense seems to be walking around a little bit. If they're falling asleep, they could catch a strike here, because I think this is where Arkansas State's got to take a shot.
10:40 left here in the third quarter. Second drive offensively by Arkansas State, moving the ball at will on the Bears defense. Handoff back to the ground. There goes Spencer. Spencer with some room to work. Works inside the 10. He catches the pylon from 25 yards out. It's Devin Spencer's first touchdown of the night, the first rushing touchdown for Arkansas State. And they put this one into the 30s. 30-7 the score in the Xbox Bowl.
That's tough. I thought they were going to take a shot through the air, but it did feel like it had potential for a big play. On just Missouri State's body language, to me right now, I'm not crazy about it. Too many guys just kind of walk in, get into their position, yet you see Arkansas State's tempo. All they ran was the zone backside. The safety wasn't there. There's no force player, and it's a big hole and a big play. And now they got 30 on the board. There's still 10:23 left in the third.
The kick is up, and it is good. Another hell of a good extra point from Clune Van Andel in Arkansas State. Find hell of a good dips in stores near you. 10:23 left. Arkansas State leading 31-7 on Missouri State. You're listening to Coca-Cola Bowl Season radio coverage of the 2025 Xbox Bowl.
In 1917, Agnes and Herbert Greer recognized a need for high-quality cold-rolled strip steel. Their solution? They founded Greer Steel and built a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility to produce the highest quality strip steel available. The company was built one customer at a time. It was built with true relationships. Today, Greer Steel not only remains a leader in the industry, but is an extraordinary resource for clients that demand more efficient production, which increases their profit. With a long reputation as an innovator, the Dover, Ohio mill is home to the Laser Matte Finisher, the only unit of its kind in the United States, plus a gold standard metallurgical lab. I'm John Racy, president of Greer Steel,
and Agnes and Herbert Greer were my grandparents. We make steel that will meet your requirements and exceed your expectations. To learn more, visit us at GreerSteel.com.
There's been a change in the world of healthcare and in how you'll find your next job. Technology has made it possible. If you're planning your next career move, temporary contract, staff position, a local assignment, or even per diem shifts, look to Staff DNA. You can see all jobs with pay and full details in one place with no need to register. Plus, customize the pay to suit you and your family's needs right in the app with no recruiter needed. Staff DNA, the #1 app for finding healthcare jobs. Download it now.
Right after turkey and through the new year, it's bowl season today. From big city lights to cold, snowy nights, it's bowl season today. Our gridiron dreams bring us here for our teams, where the fans tailgate and we all celebrate that it's bowl season today. Happy bowl season, everybody.
This is the Xbox Bowl from Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio.
Arkansas State leading the Xbox Bowl over Missouri State 31-7. They've built an ultimate team of weapons so far. 4 touchdowns to 4 different players. Jalen Benelli scored the first. Corey Rucker had a 71-yard reception in the second. And then you had Chauncey Cobb with one. And now a rushing touchdown from Devin Spencer to put the Red Wolves up 31-7. But were they the ultimate team in Family Feud? Chris Mikoski, you were there. They played Family Feud earlier this week.
Monday night as part of the joint team dinner. I'm going to give you one of the categories, okay? 100 people survey were asked, what is an article of clothing that a college student will wear more than once before washing?
All right. What would you go with, Elvis?
I mean, underwear.
Oh,
that is the 4th best answer with 16 respondents saying underwear. Jacob Clark got that one right.
I'm going to say sweatpants.
Okay.
That's not on there.
I was thinking socks.
X, first X.
Wow.
Is it
Socks is the 5th best answer. 9. Cash Hudson got that one.
Okay, what about a sweatshirt?
Shirts, if we want to count that, that's the second best, 24.
Okay.
We got 2 more answers.
Jeans.
Jeans is the #1 answer with 32.
Right. Okay. There we go. As this one's reeled in at the goal line on the kickoff.
And then
the return from Robinson is out to the 20-yard line. He's taken down, and there is a penalty marker. Chris?
Coates was 3rd. I didn't quite understand that. Who washes their coat?
Oh, see, that's what I meant by sweatshirt.
Okay.
It's all those.
19 for Coach. So Missouri State won that category and won the night overall. Not without controversy, though. Some of the answers that Arkansas State went with, they didn't believe the judges interpreted those correctly. So Family Feud always tends to end in controversy, right?
That's awesome, Chris.
That's great.
Thank you so much. I'm sure that was a blast. Here's a call on the
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 21 on the return team. It'll be half the distance. It's first down.
So another penalty on Missouri State here.
Yeah, it's been tough. I think that's, 7 penalties now? They had been able to get going at times, create penalties, also penalties after the play. You've seen their emotions get the best of them. You can't have this many penalties and expect to beat a great team like Arkansas State. And again, I mean, maybe the record doesn't indicate the great team, but the way that they finished the season, they won 3 road games. I mean, that's big time. And then App State winning in Boone, that's big time.
I formation to begin this drive for Jacob Clark. He steps back to throw, and he's swarmed again, taken down behind the line of scrimmage. This time it was multiple Red Wolves. The pressure just not holding up, and it's a loss of 4.
And have to just go to the quick game. I mean, I think that's where it's just you don't have time. And the front continues to dominate. I think Clark's got to change it at the line. I know you're getting hard coverage from these corners, but you got to be able to win off the line your one-on-ones. And I think the quick game's the answer.
They combined it between Mitchell and Hassler. That would be the 7th sack of the year for Hassler and the 2nd one on the day for Mitchell. And now movement prior to the snap and a false start to be called on Missouri State. That'll be half the distance to the goal.
False start. Number 85 on the offense. Half the distance. It's still second down.
So they go from the 5 to about the 2.5-yard line, making it even tougher. And second down and 16, the official mark at the moment. And the in-house scoreboard showing Arkansas State fans ready for a possible safety. The pressure has been there all day. Can they get home and put 2 more points on the board and get the ball back for their offense? Clark gives it to Lawrence, who's been quiet in this game, and he pushes the pile to give some breathing room up to the 5.
It's just not a lot of plays you can call. And I mean, it's unfortunate they continue to go backwards, and it takes away the playbook. It limits you to the plays that you have. And yeah, you just got to be careful here. I know you want to keep the ball and get the first down, but you just can't give up another sack or a penalty in the end zone or a safety. I mean, you just got to, in my opinion, you got to get rid of it quick. You can do a double move on the outside. I mean, I think you have that ability there.
Strong arm behind center. Jacob Clark turns, gives. It's to Lawrence, who runs into a tackler right at the original line of scrimmage. A pickup of 3. It's 4th down and 10 from the Missouri State 8-yard line. And here comes the punt team again. Just a frustrating day offensively. And it starts with this front 7 from Arkansas State that we highlighted at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, we hadn't even given a ton of credit across the board. Again, I talked about Kyle Taylor, linebackers did a really good job. A.G. McGee, he's been really good in the secondary. The corners have played really well. And this is an explosive offense, too, on Missouri State side. But there's no doubt that the defense has dominated today for Arkansas State.
It looks like their offense will get it back in plus territory again as well. A spiraling kick on the way. It's reeled in by Benelli as he backtracks to the 45-yard line. Met with a couple of Missouri State coverage defenders, and he's taken down at the 50-yard line. 47-yard punt, return for 5 yards by Benelli, and a couple penalty flags to follow as well. 7:41 left here in the third. Arkansas State leading 31-7 in the 2025 Xbox Bowl. Here's the call from our Mountain West officials in Kevin
During the
Ray.
return, illegal block in the back, number 28 on the return team. It'll be 10 yards from the end of the run. It'll be first down.
Only the 3rd penalty of the day on Arkansas State, a rarity.
Pretty clean, yeah.
For Butch Jones' squad, as they've played nearly the perfect first 2.5 quarters to this football game.
And one thing, talking to the Arkansas State staff this week, Butch Jones has been around a lot of football. He's been in a lot of big-time places. And they said that he was so excited after the winning at App State. And he said it was one of the biggest wins he's had in his career. That's saying a lot.
No doubt about that, as Rayner pulls out of the play action, throws to the right-hand side, and it is broken up at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Brooks gets a hand on it. That nearly ended up being an interception. He looked like he could have possibly held on to that ball. He was so in front of it.
Yeah.
Second down, it's in.
Also part of that defensive line. Get your hands up.
7:37 left in the third. Another play action look from Rayner. Wants to launch this one, looking long again for Summers down the field. There was some contact, and there's a penalty flag. It looked like one of the Missouri State defenders went high over the shoulder pads of Hunter Summers, who gets up immediately looking for some laundry, and he looks like he'll get the call.
I think they're going to get Taylor for this, and he really didn't need to do that. He had a lot of help there. Actually, wasn't a very good decision by Rayner to throw it there.
Interference. Number 26 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
There was definitely some tugging prior to the ball getting there. It's tough to see on the initial replay, but it's certainly there. 15-yard penalty, and it's an automatic first down. That's the more crucial key to that penalty flag.
Yeah, they had a chance to make him pay. I thought Rayner stared him down. The defense had enough help there. They just didn't take a good angle to pick it off. Then you see the penalty there come late. Fresh set of downs.
2 tight end set. 1st and 10 from the Missouri State 45-yard line after the penalty keeps the drive alive. Into the pile goes Devin Spencer, gain of 2.
And not that you want to coach any different for first, third quarter, or when you're behind. But I think as a coordinator here, you really got to start talking to your guys of just getting violent and punching it out, ripping it out. First guy, hold them up. You need possessions. You need the ball back. And again, and that's probably a culture thing that you just coach throughout, but more you got to really emphasize it now. It's like you're way behind. You got to speed it up.
Chest high snap, Rayner pressure, throws into coverage. It's off the hands of his tight end, Tyler Fortenberry, and incomplete. It was in double coverage. Good throw by Rayner, but it was a laser, and his tight end couldn't hold on. That tip almost into dangerous territory. Right back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 8. Rayner lofts it up. Deep ball right side. Overthrown and incomplete. And it looks to be 4th down. No flags on this one. Here comes the punt team for Arkansas State.
Great job by the defense. Kanye Young, the linebacker, was there on that 2nd down play. Almost made a really big time play. And then there you see Anderson in coverage on top of the receiver. There was nothing there. This defense is going to force a punt.
Still a long time remaining in this game. But they need that offense to start clicking immediately. Can't waste more drives to try and erase this 24-point deficit. Dash is at his own 10, waves the hand in the air for a fair catch signal, and a 34-yard kick has Missouri State starting with poor starting field position again inside their own 10-yard line. Arkansas State leading 31-7 in the 2025 Xbox Bowl. Now this from Hell of a Good Dip.
This season, the action isn't just on the field, it's in every game day spread. Hell of a Good dips bring bold flavor to every tailgate, made for dunking, scooping, and celebrating every big play. Find Hell of a Good in stores near you and follow on Instagram at Hell of a Good Dips. Start dipping with Hell of a Good.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Tim, I'm receiving an important update.
Ooh, are you getting night vision?
No, I just found out you could get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender.
So, no night vision?
No night vision.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org/auto loans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loan must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply.
68 Ventures is a team of risk takers and progress makers moving the Gulf Coast forward. Real estate development is our business, but investing in people and communities is what we live for. 68 Ventures is the proud sponsor of the 68 Ventures Bowl, hosted right here in our local area in Mobile, Alabama. We're developing communities, investing in the future of the Gulf Coast, and building the leaders of tomorrow. Learn more at 68ventures.com. 68 Ventures. Bet on you.
Scooters Coffee, the official coffee of bowl season, would like to congratulate the athletes and staff on their hard work and commitment that earned them a place in today's exciting Xbox Bowl game. Scooters Coffee, amazing drinks, amazing people, amazingly fast. 6:40 left in the third. Arkansas State leading Missouri State 31-7. The Bears taking over, trailing by 24 inside their own 10-yard line. Alongside Elvis Gallegos and Chris Mikoski down on the sideline, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Glad you're with us. Ford Center in Frisco, Texas, home to the first ever Xbox Bowl. First ever FBS game played inside the practice home of the Dallas Cowboys and the world headquarters of the world-renowned Cowboys. Right back under center, or behind center rather, is Jacob Clark. He gives to Lawrence, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe picks up one. Shamari Lawrence, only 11 carries for 34 yards in the game, Elvis. One of the top playmakers on this offense has been held in check by this Arkansas State front seven.
They've done a great job keying on him. Obviously, a lot of times they've really dug themselves a hole, so it hasn't been like anything that's surprising. I mean, it's just really tough for him to get anything going. In my opinion, I think you got to get to the quick game. You got to get to the screens early in downs, not more predictable downs. But it's just been a rough night because this defensive front has just dominated, whether it's putting pressure or stopping the run.
And, of course, missing a couple key pieces up front on this offensive line for Missouri State. Clark trying to motion, play clock all the way down to 1, fumbles the snap. Clark picks it up, then lands back on top of it. Had to rush the snap because the play clock was going down. He lost 8 yards on that play, and it was mostly because he was trying to motion in a wide receiver at the top of the formation.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's getting on to some of these guys about. Or it must have been his receiver or the tight end that he was trying to motion. That's where he wasn't ready. Then he gets a snap. And he gets him, to your point, -8 back at the 2-yard line. I mean, it feels like it's every series there's something. They're going backwards, or there's a penalty or tackle for loss.
Yeah, you may as well have just taken the delay of game, half the distance to the goal, and you keep it down. They want a deep shot here. Lots of contact down the field, and there are the penalty flags. He wanted the deep shot down the right sideline, looking for what would have been the biggest completion since the 40-yard touchdown pitch and catch. It was James Blackstrain, who has been a deep threat for the Bears offense this season, that worked open.
And it didn't even feel like the throw was so great that the corner needed to make that penalty. But
Pass
that's why you throw it.
Number 9 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
You're either going to complete it, or in nowadays college football, it feels like you're going to get a penalty every time there's a deep ball thrown. So I'm surprised that we haven't seen more shots by Missouri State.
Yeah, Dickerson just made contact there. Really good corner. He's been great all season long. 2 interceptions, including one in back-to-back weeks against Arkansas and then another one against Iowa State. It's Power 4 competition, and he just got beat that time. 15 yards and a fresh set of downs for Missouri State. Clark sits back, throws, completes it underneath the dash. Luke. And then a hit stick laid at the second level before he could go anywhere else. Only a pickup of 2.
Nigel Nelson, freshman linebacker. He puts a shot on him. Great job. A great legal tackle. Only allows 3 on that reception. But again, now here's where Jacob Clark, you got to find a way to get these guys moving and going. Front's got to be careful about a holding penalty. I think you got to get rid of the ball quick. These guys are getting after you. You just don't have the time. Make a smart choice here.
4.5 to play in the third. 31-7, Arkansas State. Missouri State driving, throw, right, complete again to Dash Luke. As he turns the corner, has first down yardage, and he's out of bounds at the 30. 9-yard gain for Missouri State. Moving the ball efficiently here in the passing game, starting to find that rhythm that we saw in glimpses in the first half.
Good RPO action, throws a quick out, picks up the first down. I want to see a little bit better tempo. I know they're not used to playing fast, but again, you're down. You're down big, and you got to pick up the tempo some.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's Lawrence as the tailback to the right of Clark in the shotgun. 3-step drop throw, completes it to Lawrence. He's at the 35 and brought to the ground in open field. Good tackle by the middle linebacker, Kyle Taylor. Local product out of the Colony, Texas, about 10 miles from where we sit here in Frisco.
Nice job again. 1, 2, 3, get rid of it. 1, 2, 3, get rid of it. That kind of has to be the theme right now. And if you get a shot down on the outside or a double move, take it, but get rid of it.
2nd down and 4. Pistol formation. Clark with Lawrence back behind. 2 tight ends set as well for Missouri State. From their own 35-yard line. Turn to give to Lawrence. Blockers up front. Lawrence has the first down. Rams over a defender, and he's down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 10 on the play. First down, Missouri State. Let's check in with Chris.
You just saw Kyle Taylor make a tackle again from the Colony, Texas, just west of Frisco. He said he has 23 family members in the stands. What a great personal showcase for him after a breakout season where he was asked to represent the Arkansas State defense in this week's Xbox Bowl press conference.
Play action. Clark on 1st and 10. Looks right. This one tipped in the air at the line of scrimmage. It was Sigler again that batted it down. There are multiple whistles here after the play happened. I see a penalty marker now at the 50-yard line. Here's the call. Or so we thought.
Prior to the pass, holding number 20 on the defense, 10 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
And right as Chris Mikoski's talking about him and his family being in the building, Kyle Taylor with the penalty.
Those 23 ain't going to be too happy on that, man. That is an impressive number. Good for him.
He's taking up a whole half a section here.
Yeah. There with that. But both bands are here, which is great.
It's an incredible atmosphere. First ever FBS game inside Ford Center, a beautiful facility. Missouri State driving to try and keep their stay happy. And there's another big hit on the toss. Lawrence was behind the line of scrimmage, and he had nowhere to go. A loss of 5 on the play as, again, Arkansas State not holding back. This time it was Joe Drew with the hit.
Somebody's got to get a hat on a hat. I mean, you're on the edge. You got to block. You know what play's just been called, and they just whiff out there. Receivers, nobody identifies who they're blocking. He gets through free, and that's what frustrates your running back or any guy that gets hit like that. It's just you got to be able to help him out better.
Showing some depth as there was really no room to work there, and even Joe Drew was not even on the depth chart for Arkansas State. Second down and long, stepping up and throwing this one off the hands of Kyle Taylor and incomplete. The Arkansas State linebacker nearly had his first interception of the campaign, but it's a pass breakup and it's third down.
Very good job there by Taylor of just don't go till you know is rule number one. You get if you get any pass, play action pass, you stay home, but then he opens up, has his eyes on his quarterback, almost makes an interception. Great job being disciplined with his eyes, getting into coverage, knocking that thing down.
4 receivers out wide. Ramon Green Jr. is the running back with Jacob Clark behind center. Clark, belt tie snap, third down and 15, steps up, throws, open man, caught at the 25, spin move at the 20, inside the 15, first down, and it was needed more than anything. Jamarie Robinson comes through. It's a gain of 36, and Missouri State is in the red zone.
Big time throw there by Clark. Only gets pressure with 4, but gets hit in the mouth as he delivers a big time throw. You see the arm shrink, but he's willing to stay in the pocket, take a hit, and make a big throw when it's needed.
Chris Bodie had a huge quarterback hit on Clark. It was clean, but Clark stayed in and delivered. 1:15 remaining in the third. From the 14-yard line, handoff, Lawrence inside the 10. He gets tripped up from behind. Taylor finishes off the tackle, and it's down to the 9-yard line.
Good call there. I like it. Get back to the run game, a little zone read. Nice job giving it to him. Here's the hardest part, in my opinion, of just the game is so hard when you get in the red area of just putting points on the board. Great play callers, great players have to separate themselves because it's just really hard, and there's not a lot of throwing lanes for your quarterback.
35 of 42 in the red zone this season for Missouri State. Clark steps up in the pocket, and he is met by DeMarcus Hendricks, his second sack of the day. Backs Missouri State up 6 yards, bringing up 3rd and 11.
And you see him working through his first, second, third read, and it's too much time. But again, the lanes just aren't there. I think the red area is just so hard. And a lot of times when you have a mobile quarterback, that opens things up. When you got a big-time player that can win one-on-one battles, that helps. Your tight end in the middle, that can help. But it's just really hard down here.
1 second left on the play clock, and instead of getting the snap off, Missouri State will see this one to the fourth quarter, faced with a 24-point deficit. After 3 quarters, it is Arkansas State 31, Missouri State 7. Crucial third down on the way in the 2025 Xbox Bowl. More after this from Shriners Children's Charities.
Before the bright lights on Sunday, before the draft and pro contracts, greatness starts here. It's the East-West Shrine Bowl, January 27th, 2026, at the Ford Center at the Star. A century-old tradition and the first step to NFL stardom. Every play supports game-changing outcomes at Shriners Children's. The 2026 East-West Shrine Bowl. Today's All-Stars, tomorrow's legends. Visit shrinebowl.com for tickets starting at $26.
Lockheed Martin's vision of 21st century security means preparing to make split-second decisions with certainty. Because whether your mission is over land, on the sea, through the air, in outer space, or cyberspace, our mission is to help you detect the threats, connect the tech, and protect what matters most in every domain of operation. Lockheed Martin, ensuring those we serve always stay ahead of ready.
JLab is powering the 2025 college football season with incredible earbuds, headphones, and speakers, and supporting elite athletes from powerhouse programs nationwide, including Ohio State's Julian Sayin and Carnell Tate, Indiana's Fernando Mendoza, Arkansas's Taylor Green, and Vanderbilt's Martell Height Jr. These incredible players elevate every rep. Travel and game day with JLab earbuds, headphones, and speakers. JLab, your kind of tech, straight from the lab. Shop at jlab.com, Amazon, and retailers everywhere.
Wasabi is purpose-built to free your business from skyrocketing storage costs and fees from the big guys. Wasabi is the go-to provider for professional and collegiate sports teams around the world. Check out Wasabi's AI-enabled intelligent media storage, Wasabi Air, and the industry's only cloud storage service with triple protection against cyber criminals. Wasabi, driving innovation and data storage for up to 80% less than market competition. Try for free at wasabi.com.
Back in the Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio Studios, Hoppy Kercheval with Brad. Now, Brad, 3 bowl games tomorrow, including the first playoff game between Oklahoma and Alabama. What are you watching tomorrow?
Well, all of that. Looking forward to our biggest day of bowl season. And then, when the college football playoff kicks off, that'll be a fun one coming up tomorrow night.
Now back to Elvis Gallegos, Chris Mikoski, and Kyle Yeomans for the fourth quarter of the Xbox Bowl.
Thank you so much, Hoppy and Brad. It is 31-7. Arkansas State over the top of Missouri State, looking to complete the road to glory here in the 2025 Xbox Bowl and leave with a phenomenal trophy. And Chris Mikoski, you're down on the sideline. You've seen both trophies because it's not just the Xbox trophy that's up for grabs. It's also the Armageddon Trophy, AR for Arkansas State, MO for Missouri.
Right.
Armageddon Trophy that will be up for grabs over the next couple of years.
Well, the Xbox Bowl trophy is impressive in itself. It features an Xbox Ally handheld gaming system in the trophy itself. You win, you can play video games on the trophy that you win tonight. But yes, the Armageddon Trophy has also been established. It'll be resumed in a couple of years when these teams play in the regular season. It features both state outlines, states divided, and an inscription about the forests of the Ozarks to the rise of Crowley's Ridge, forged in MSU Maroon and ASU Scarlet. A pair of trophies tonight, Kyle.
And they are both spectacular. 3rd down, 11. Jacob Clark behind center. Missouri State trying to cut into this Arkansas State lead. 3-step drop. Clark, time to throw, lofts it up, back of the end zone. It is caught by the tailback, Ramon Green Jr. A 16-yard lofted touchdown to Green, his 3rd reception for a score this year. And Missouri State opens the 4th with a bang.
Really good route there by Green. Stems inside, breaks out, corner route, and an excellent throw by Jacob Clark. They're staying on the field, going for 2. Really good job by both those guys. That's what I'm talking about. In that red zone, you got to win your one-on-one. It's going to take a big play or a big throw, as we saw there, to put 6 on the board, and they did it.
Yeah, this is a crucial 2-point conversion. This would make it a 2-possession game at just 16 points to try and keep Missouri State within striking distance. And looks like a timeout to be called by Arkansas State, their first of the second half. Try and talk it over here prior to the 2-point conversion. 31-13 in a beautiful facility. We talked about it earlier, Elvis, but first college football game at the FBS level played in this building, and it's one of 2 bowl games that will be showcased here. Of course, the Frisco Bowl coming up in a couple of days will also be here. That's between UNLV and Ohio in that matchup. Chris Mikoski, you'll be on the sideline for that, but this is a building you're very comfortable in.
Well, you and I both have called a lot of college basketball in this facility. It is strange to see the first FBS game finally happening on the football level in a football facility long after there have been so many great college basketball games. For 6 years, Conference USA held their tournament here with 2 courts on the field divided by a giant curtain, simultaneous action, 2 games at a time.
It was incredible to watch. Of course, Missouri State out of Conference USA, weren't participating on the hardwood quite yet in the conference. Clark on the 2-point conversion, has a wide open man. Looked like the defender's controller disconnected in the back of the end zone. It was Jaron Askren all alone for the 2-point conversion, and it's a 2-possession game in Frisco.
Great job capping off an excellent drive. 12 plays, 90 yards, 648, and get that 2-point conversion. He had some time to throw on that series. He made some great plays, and that's what this team is kind of just hasn't been able to get in that rhythm all day. A lot of credits to Arkansas State's defense, but there we see them piece together an excellent drive, put points on the board, 31-15, as you just mentioned, with 14:52 remaining.
Still anybody's ball game at this point, just 8 seconds into the fourth quarter. Couple big-time throws by Jacob Clark. One for the touchdown to Green Jr., and then the other one to Askren for the 2-point conversion. And the defense has been playing better in the second half as well. Just the 1 touchdown allowed in that third quarter, Elvis. You start to feel a little bit of confidence growing on that Missouri State sideline.
That's a really good point. See if they can continue that. And things change a little bit when you apply a little pressure. And maybe they got a little tight over there on Arkansas State side.
Another squib kick right down the right hash mark. It's picked up like a ground ball on the return by the tight end, Tyler Fortenberry. He gets upended at the 28-yard line. So the squib kick works out. It's solid starting field position, but it could have been a whole lot worse.
They're close to getting one of those.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of times where ball's bouncing around, coverage just can't get down there in time. So now hopefully this Missouri State team's got a little juice going. You know, I talked about the body language early in that third quarter. You see them moving around a little bit more. Hey, let's get excited, guys. Got some points on the board. Let's get a stop. Let's get some momentum. Let's finish this thing strong.
2 receivers to both sides. As Jalen Rayner works back behind center. Feels like forever since he's been back on the offensive side. Handoff here, swarming off the second level. It was a linebacker working around the right tackle. Jared Lloyd gets in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Great job. Blitz off the edge. Unfortunately, Jared Lloyd makes the play and then comes off immediately. Now he's down on the sideline on that Missouri State sideline after making a great tackle.
10-plus tackles in each of the last 2 games for Lloyd. Play action. Rayner lofting it up. Nobody home. There are a couple penalty flags in the secondary. We'll see what this is, but nobody was even close to that football.
I think they're going to get Taylor again, this corner. I mean, he just grabs the wide receiver after he gets a slug, a little slant and go action, try to get him on a double move, and he just wraps his arms around his waist, and immediately you see 2 flags flying.
If that's the case, it would be a hold, not pass interference.
Prior to the pass, holding, 26 on the defense, 10 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Especially because that ball was not catchable from the spot on the field, which would, of course, negate the pass interference possibility. The holding puts a fresh set of downs for Arkansas State from their own 38-yard line. 14-19 remaining in the game. High snap. Rayner again. Deep ball left side. Looking for Rucker, who works back to the football, and he comes down with it. Corey Rucker, who has made play after play for Arkansas State throughout his career, picks up 36 yards and another contested catch here.
A slot fade with the linebacker at your back. Excellent reception there by Rucker.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. They want it again, looking for Hunter Summers this time. A little tug on the jersey, and another penalty flag against this Missouri State defense.
They're just struggling to keep up with these wideouts, and so I think they're going to get Thomas Anderson that time. believe he pulled his jersey,
Pass
grabbed the helmet back
interference.
of it.
Number 14 on the defense. It's 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
These penalties, crucial times. We talked about them mostly in the first half, but 2 penalties now on defensive backs from Missouri State, and now you've got Arkansas State in the red zone from the Bears' 11-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Rayner throws it complete to Tyler Fortenberry, tried to turn upfield. More penalty flags are flying. He's taken down inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. We'll see what this one could be.
This could be on Arkansas State, and it may be legal blocking downfield. This looks like it could be
Pass
on Benetti.
interference. Number 10 on the offense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
Yeah, Jalen Benelli called. It was kind of a wicked play call. You had Rayner lined up to the left of Kenyon Clay, who was, of course, behind center in the Wildcat. Clay took the snap, immediately tossed it to Jalen Rayner, who then worked around on a bootleg, threw it to Tyler Fortenberry on the out route, but then there was a penalty called on the hold for Benelli.
That's what happens when you have 3 weeks of practice. You start just thinking, hey, how are we going to spice it up here and throw some little wrinkles at them?
I like it. Didn't work out this time. First down and 25. Play action into the flat. Completed to Cobb. Cobb turns up at the numbers. Makes a move at the 17-yard line. Gets to the 15. And he's upended from the secondary of Missouri State. Nearly dangerous at that point as well. Chauncey Cobb picks up 11. Gets a lot of that penalty yardage back.
That's impressive, too, because he had a defender on his heels, but you see his speed really separate. That's why you got to give a guy like that the ball quickly, give it to him in space, and he can separate. Great gain there.
Second down and about 13, maybe 14 from the Missouri State 15-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and an offset tight end. Rayner with a deep drop. Now has to just get rid of it. Pressure was working off the right side of that line of scrimmage. Missouri State, one of the rare times they've actually put pressure on Rayner in the game.
Yeah, that's really good there up front. And multiple guys just beat their man one-on-one and applied some pressure. Let's see if this defense can hold, this 3rd and long. That offensive PI really hurting this Arkansas State offense once they got in the red area.
And it seems like they've kind of just stalled out from that point forward. Offset tight end to the right as well. Rayner back to throw. Immediately lets it go. Back corner. Put it on the money, but it's bobbled and dropped by Hunter Summers. That was about as good of a throw as Rayner has made all night. Good defense by Missouri State just to get a hand in there, but either way, Summers could not hold on.
Yeah, give Anderson some credit, right? He struggled on this series with a few tough plays against him and even got a penalty, but there he made a big play in a big moment when it was needed. He's going to force a field goal here by the Red Wolves.
Clune Van Andel, who is 6 for 6 from about 30 yards, or between 30 and 39 yards this season. This is from 32 yards out, off the right hash mark to make it a 3-possession game. Up and away, over the left upright and in. It is a hell of a good field goal from 32 yards by Clune Van Andel, making it 34-15 our score. Arkansas State on top in the Xbox Bowl. Hell of a good dips. You can find them in a store near you. There's a pause in the action. This is the 2025 Xbox Bowl. Back after this from Navy Federal Credit Union.
Tim, I'm receiving an important update.
Ooh, are you getting night vision?
No. I just found out you could get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender.
So, no night vision?
No night vision.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org/auto loans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loan must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply.
This season, the action isn't just on the field. It's in every game day spread. Hell of a Good dips bring bold flavor to every watch party. Made for dunking, scooping, and celebrating every big play. Find Hell of a Good in stores near you and follow on Instagram at Hell of a Good Dips. Start dipping with Hell of a Good.
He's going to hit one deep down the field. And it's caught. It's a touchdown.
There's nothing like that moment when your team clinches a win. The Friday night lights, all those Saturday tailgate traditions, hours in front of the TV on Sunday. Football means tradition. Whether you played or cheered along, the feeling of game day never ends. Join the community and celebrate the game. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Football Matters.
This is the sound of your team winning. This is the sound of the other team winning. And this is the sound of all of us winning. For a limited time, save up to $100 on the ROG Xbox Ally and experience the thrill of Xbox anywhere you go. $100 off. How does that sound? Thought so. Available until 12/20/2025 or while supplies last at participating retailers.
12:43 remaining in the 2025 and inaugural Xbox Bowl. Arkansas State leading Missouri State 34-15 after a 32-yard field goal from Clune Van Andel pushes the score back to 3 possessions for the Red Wolves. Missouri State set to get the football back. Elvis, when you look at Missouri State, much better here in the second half than they were competitive in the first half, but still have to put together back-to-back drives on offense, which they have not done so far in the game.
Yeah, they held to a field goal there. Great job. But yeah, it gets harder, and it's going to continue to get harder. And you know this Red Wolves defense is going to attack and come after you because you know you got to throw it around the yard. And so Clark's got to be careful with the football. He's got to make good decisions. But, boy, you saw some of his throws last series are really good.
34-15 our score. This one goes out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. Let's check in with Chris.
We're familiar, right, with the turnover party that SMU has just down the road after every time they get a takeaway. Well, Arkansas State has a kickoff party every time they're booting it away, and they lift their backup kicker, Ethan Bowman, in the air during those. He's just 5'9", 180. So these big backup offensive linemen have no problem throwing him up and down. He's a freshman from nearby Allen, Texas. Won't play in the game, but still getting a bit of the spotlight.
Now Jacob Clark on the first play from scrimmage has to roll out to his left and escape pressure. He was being chased down from behind by a couple of Arkansas State defenders, and he shovels it out of play and out of harm. Simeon Mitchell was in hot pursuit. Incomplete pass, now second down and 10.
I thought they had something there. They rolled right, kind of sent Green, leaked him out of the backfield towards the left side, and A.G. McGee really saw him and covered it up. That was a really good play design, but just a better job by A.G. McGee staying at home.
Offset tight end. They motion a man from right to left. Hand off to Lawrence, who has running room. Past the line to gain. First down yardage. Gain of 11 on second down. Up to the Missouri State 36-yard line.
Nice job. They're going to play coverage, run the football, and they pick up the first down there. Nice job by Clark getting them into a good play there.
12-15 and counting remaining in the fourth. Missouri State, if they are going to make this a game, they would need to score pretty quickly here to keep that time on the board. 2 receivers to the right, tight end to that side as well. Dash Luke is a lone receiver at the top of the formation with Lawrence, the lone tailback. Fake to Lawrence, right side. This one's complete and caught right at the 50-yard line. Excuse me, it looks like Dash Luke dropped that football as it does fall incomplete, and instead it's second down and 10.
Yeah, short-armed it a little bit. He sees the safety there. It's a tight window. Tough throw to make. Just couldn't come up with it, but pass incomplete. But that's tough. I mean, you got a small window to complete it in, and that's you're expecting to hit there by the safety.
3 receivers to the right, nobody up top. Clark back to throw, pressured again, dumps it off into the flat for Shamari Lawrence. Lawrence with blockers out in front, takes a hit at the 48-yard line. He's out of bounds after another hammer hit but it's a pickup of 12 and a first down.
And that's a really good play call right there. I like that by Petrino. They're going to drop into coverage, get your guys deep, get your running back out of the backfield, throw it to them, and they pick up a first down. Really nice job of calling that play at the right time.
Lawrence starting to pick up some steam. He's up to 55 yards rushing. He also has 17 yards in the passing game as well. 1st and 10, Missouri State from the 47-yard line. Clark rolls to his right, has to throw this one into the turf. Lawrence was looking the opposite direction, but pressure off the left side, this time from Sigler and company. Multiple Red Wolves in pursuit this time.
Yeah, Braden Thompson, offensive lineman, just gets beat. And it's tough to put a young guy out there, right? We talked about this offensive line, down some guys, and he's a big old boy, 6'8", 320 pounds, but he's a puppy. He's a freshman. He gets beat, and that's tough. When you look at that front on the other side, that's just really good.
They've been fantastic throughout. Multiple sacks in the game, 6 to be exact, for a loss of 40 yards. Clark stepping up. This is going to be sack number 7. It's Cody Sigler from behind, and another big man with a big sack, a loss of 4.
It's got to be, 7 sacks now for this defense? I mean, that's big time. And Clark's just got to know, look, they've gotten after you all day. You got 1 or 2 reads, and you got to run or get rid of it. And I know he's just trying to make a play and hang on a little bit longer, but it just hasn't been there all night.
Another 3rd down and long, 14 to gain on the play. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ramon Green Jr. is the tailback. Out of the shotgun, Clark steps back, throws over the middle, has a man, it's caught. Leaping to make the grab at the 30-yard line is Jamarie Robinson. It was delivered a bit high, but with confidence from Jacob Clark, and Robinson comes down with it, a gain of 28.
And I think he threw him open. You know, you hear that term a lot. A hit's coming. He's going to trust this guy to make that cut. He throws it to a spot. He takes the hit. Secondary, he's bailing out of there, and this guy reads it really well, goes up and gets it. Really good time. Good job by both those guys.
Crucial conversions on 3rd down on this drive to keep the hope alive for the Bears. A delayed handoff. It's a draw to Lawrence, who spins out of 1 tackle, but is sandwiched in between a couple of Arkansas State defenders right down the middle of the hash marks, a pickup of 2.
Just gather yourself a little bit, calm things down, pick up a couple of yards on the ground. Here's where Clark's got to be really good. He's got to put them in the right play. I'm assuming they're going to send a few plays, and he's got to check into the right one.
Johnson and Luke to the top of the formation. Cope and Robinson to the bottom. Bell tie snap out of the shotgun. Clark rolls. Ball put on the turf. It's still loose. Picked up by Arkansas State. We're waiting for the call. It is Arkansas State football off the fumble from Jacob Clark, and the Red Wolves end the hopeful drive by the Bears.
Man, these guys have just been so good getting after the quarterback all day long. We talk about the sacks, the tackle for losses. They go after, just knock it out of his hands. And that's tough because it's just a veteran quarterback's got to feel that. But, boy, he's just felt so much of that pressure all day long. You can't blame the guy, and he's trying to stay in there long enough to make a throw, but can't say enough of this Red Wolves defense.
34-15 our score. Arkansas State on top with 9 minutes to play in this one. Another pause in the action. You are listening to Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio, home of the 2025 Xbox Bowl.
A 43-yard field goal with a ticket to the championship on the line. Here's the snap. The kick is...
At this moment, who you voted for doesn't matter. What kind of car you drive, how much money you make, what kind of music you listen to, or how many followers you have doesn't matter. At this moment, the only thing that does is football. Visit footballmatters.com.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
If your child experiences a burn, Shriners Children's is here with world-renowned burn care. The same doctors who innovate procedures for the most serious burn cases are ready with the most advanced treatments for pediatric burn injuries, no matter the degree. Best of all, our care is provided regardless of a family's ability to pay or insurance status. Visit us at shrinerschildrens.org to see why we're the place to turn for any burn. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
For your family that you promised to give the home of their dreams, let Union Home Mortgage be with you every step of the way and help you deliver on those promises. For military families, VA loans come with no down payments, competitive rates, and no private mortgage insurance. Union Home Mortgage appreciates all that you do for your country, and we want to be there for you and your family. Go to UHM.com to get started today. Union Home Mortgage. Promises kept. Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
You're in Coca-Cola Bowl season. Now back to the Xbox Bowl.
Fresh off the first takeaway of the day, Arkansas State takes over. They lead at 34-15 over Missouri State. Let's pause 10 seconds. This is the 2025 Xbox Bowl on Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio from First Team. Jalen Rayner and company ready to take over from their own 34-yard line. Jacob Clark sacked for a loss of 7. He fumbled on that sack that was forced by Ethan Hassler. And then Ryan Reese hops on top of the football. First takeaway for either defense as Rayner's back to throw, and he is taken down for a sack. Only the second sack of the day for this Missouri State defense. It's Caden Weist with the stop.
Great job. I mean, just you got to win your one-on-ones up front. Now, I'm a little shocked that they sent everybody deep on a bunch of go routes. You know, that takes some time to develop, but nice job getting in the backfield and getting a sack.
That's confidence in your offensive line. They've been blocking well throughout the day. Might as well see if they can do it again. Didn't happen this time, and they go back to the ground, this time with Devin Spencer. Spencer's twirling around, and he is stopped for a gain of 2. Flag flies in from behind. Missouri State already over 100 penalty yards in the game. 11 for 100 even. We'll see if this will add to it.
That's tough. That many yards and penalties. You have a fumble. Not going to win a lot of games like that.
Holding. Number 50 on the offense. The penalties decline. The result of the play, it'll be third down.
Well, they would rather take the down than the penalty yardage. Still third down and 16 now after the sack and the 3-yard gain.
You know, one thing I have failed to mention is the offensive play call and just the offensive coordinator, Keith Heckendorf. I mean, he's done a really good job. I think even at times when you think he's going to sit on it, he's taking shots. We've seen double moves. We've seen slot fades. We've seen a lot of him. He's aggressive.
Stepping back, and this one complete underneath is Corey Rucker. Rucker with blockers. There is a penalty marker as he gets up to the 40, keeps fighting to the 45-yard line. He got to the sticks to move the chains if it is a Missouri State penalty, but it looks like this one's coming back.
I think they're going to get Fortenberry tied in here on the hold. It looked pretty obvious to me from up here. I'm assuming they saw the same thing, so this should be coming back.
What a individual effort by Corey Rucker on an 18-yard gain.
Holding. Number 19 on the offense. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Third down.
But that will wipe off the 18-yard gain and a 28-yard flip instead.
You got to love Butch down there. Coach is hot. He's after those officials. I mean, it was a hold. I'm sure he's got more to say than just about that single play, but I really like him. I think Butch has really done a good job this week and just with the media and talking about his program. And, I mean, you hear all the great things about him. He's a very organized, detailed guy, and I love the fire that I'm seeing here late in this game.
So this backs up Arkansas State from their own 21-yard line. 3rd down and 23. Complete into the flat to Spencer, the tailback. But he is met by multiple Missouri State defenders, taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 4. And it's 4th down for Arkansas State.
Very good tackle there by Kanye Young, senior linebacker, making a play, forcing a punt here by Arkansas State.
He's been fantastic throughout. It's been a tough day for this Arkansas defense, but that was one of the bright spots, is seeing the senior linebacker playing in his final game at the collegiate level. Looks like Missouri State is planning on showing some pressure here on the punt. They are going to bring multiple guys. Almost got there, but it is away. A wobbling kick down the right sideline, takes one hop, and it's out of bounds on the Bears' sideline of things. 6:49 left in the game. Missouri State holding on to a 34-15 advantage over Missouri State. You're listening to the Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio and the 2025 Xbox Bowl.
Suspicious, say something to local authorities.
He's going to hit one deep down the field. And it's caught. It's a touchdown.
There's nothing like that moment when your team clinches a win. The Friday night lights, all those Saturday tailgate traditions, hours in front of the TV on Sunday. Football means tradition. Whether you played or cheered along, the feeling of game day never ends. Join the community and celebrate the game. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Football Matters.
Right after turkey and through the new year, it's bowl season today. From big city lights to cold, snowy nights, it's bowl season today. Our gridiron dreams bring us here for our teams, where the fans tailgate and we all celebrate that it's bowl season today. Happy bowl season, everybody.
You're listening to the Xbox Bowl from Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio.
Arkansas State leading 34-15 over Missouri State in the Xbox Bowl, alongside Elvis Gallegos and Chris Mykowski down on the sideline. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Glad you're with us. Blake Jones is our engineer today. We've got Hoppy Kercheval and Brad Howe back in studio. Big shout out to our entire Coca-Cola Bowl Season Radio crew helping this one come to the airwaves, however you may be listening tonight from Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. 6:49 left to play. First ever Xbox Bowl, and Missouri State has the football. Solid starting field position from their own 48-yard line. 2 receivers out wide to the right. 1 tight end left for Jacob Clark, who's been fantastic when he has been given time to throw, but coming off of a strip sack fumble on the last possession. Play action and the fake across the middle. Complete long throw out wide to the right. Turning upfield on the right sideline for a gain of 5 is Makai Cope.
That's good, though. You get your 1, 2, 3, get rid of it, right? We talked about the pressure all night. I think those plays have been there. The quick game has been effective for Missouri State.
Cope with his second reception of the day. Dash Luke still the leading receiver for Missouri State. 5 receptions, 63 yards. He's at the top of the formation currently. Out of the pistol now. Clark motions. Hands it off to Green Jr. He is wrapped up by Drew and taken down. No gain on the play.
Got to be careful on that. Obviously, working against the clock here. You got to be careful what kind of plays you call here. Here's where Clark's got to be smart. I keep mentioning how he's got the ability to put him in the right play, change the play, I should say, get him in the right call. And not too sure if that was it, especially with the heavy box.
Yeah, 5:45 and counting left on the game clock. A motion Green Jr. out wide to the bottom of the formation. Empty backfield now for Clark. 3rd down and 5. Bell tie snap. Clark with time, with a man. It's caught by Dash Luke inside the 10. He drags a defender into the end zone. Touchdown Bears, 47 yards, and a strike in stride to Dash Luke, his 2nd touchdown of the day.
What an excellent throw. Good call. And I think you got to give a couple of these guys a lot of credit, not only the quarterback, but I think that Luke did a great job of beating that linebacker. They're in a Tampa 2 where Nigel Nelson, the linebacker, should be carrying him, but really the speed just completely separates. Great route, great call, and an excellent throw to put a touchdown on the board here for Missouri State.
That keeps the hope alive. They'll go for 2 here to draw it within 11, which would mean a field goal, then a touchdown, and an extra 2-point conversion would allow for a tie ball game. So that's why you go for 2 here. They fake it. They give it. Working to the goal line, waiting for the call. They call it short after the give to Jaron Askren. It was a shovel pass forward.
The rolling on the field is an unsuccessful point after.
And it was close. He was reaching for the goal line. Jacob Clark is sticking around talking to the official, pleading his case. What do you think upon further review?
I think he's short. I think it's a great call. But look, it's still a 2-possession game.
Sure.
You're good, right? I mean, it's move on. What are you going to do here on special teams? I believe Michael Downing is their special teams coordinator. What's he going to call here? And how are you going to get the ball back quickly? Because coming off of an explosive play like that, you're like, hey, get the offense back on the field. Love what I'm seeing right now. Nigel Nelson, I think he's going to be a really good player. He's a freshman linebacker for this Arkansas State defense. He just didn't get out of coverage, didn't get out of position, didn't get in good position on that, and it hurt him. But I think he's a good player. Nigel Nelson, Pensacola, Florida. We're at the Star. Do you know a great cowboy who's from Pensacola, Florida? I may give you a little time to think about that.
That's interesting. I'm trying to think.
A great cowboy from Pensacola, Florida.
Oh, man.
We actually talked about him today, you and I, as you were touring me around the
Is it Bob Lilly?
Emmett Smith.
Emmett Smith. Okay. I
Did
should
you
know
know
that
that
one.
Okay.
I was thinking one of the triplets because, of course, Emmett went to Florida. Michael Irvin went to
correct.
Miami.
Correct.
So I was thinking it was one of those two. I would have guessed.
man.
I would have guessed Mike first. I will say. Here's another squib kick. Missouri State has been close a couple times at recovering this. Instead, it's Chauncey Cobb that comes forward, reels it in at the 30. There is a flag down all the way back at the 40-yard line, right where the kickoff was had. Maybe offsides on the kicking team, possibly in that spot. See what the call is here.
Offsides, number 2 on a kicking team. 5 yards will be tacked on at the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Good call there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally got one right.
Nice job.
5:23 left here in the 4th as Arkansas State takes over with the football. Chris Maikowski, these players not only just playing for trophies, playing for a bowl game, they've already got a little bit of hardware that they're working home with this week.
Well, the gifts are some of the best things about Bowl Week, right? And these guys arrived on Sunday, got to their hotel rooms, saw some great Xbox Bowl clothing, but not the gift they really wanted. I'll tell you about the real one after this play.
Here's the handoff to Clay on the first play from scrimmage. He works forward for about 2.
Teams had meetings later that night, and they were met by Xbox Bowl representatives who called the team captains up to the front of the room and said, guys, for your leadership all season long, we want to reward you with Xbox Ally handheld gaming systems.
Wow.
And, of course, the teammates all cheered and for their captains to receive that great gift. But then the curtain was pulled away. It said, and we got them for everybody else. The entire team receiving those Xbox Ally handheld system, the best bowl gift you can imagine here in Frisco.
Yeah, especially for anybody 18 to 22, these college kids. It's a beautiful system, handheld. It's a full gaming console in the palm of your hands. It's incredible to see, and I was hoping the broadcasters would get one when we walked in.
I think Chris may have. He's got some connections. Go ahead and give us a couple.
I was
my
trying.
kids would love me at home. Man.
So not only am I getting to work this game with you guys tonight, but I was the MC of the team banquet on Monday, and even I couldn't swing getting that extra gift.
Okay. Maybe next year. They'll think about us next year. Second down and
great
8.
gift.
It is, certainly. Arkansas State, after the Missouri State timeout, by the way, their first of the half, stop the clock at 5:14. We're going to go ahead and burn those timeouts, try and get the football back. Rayner wants to throw it right side. It's complete to Rucker, who now tries to turn upfield. There is a penalty marker down. He gets close to the line to gain. It is dependent on the spot. It looks about a half-yard shy. And this may be working backwards again against Arkansas State.
This is going to be an offensive PI, I believe.
Pass interference. Number 10 on the offense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
Wow. Bonelli twice on the offensive PI. So, boy, it just when you needed to play, kind of move the sticks, eat some time, you start going backwards. And this is not what Butch Jones wants to see here.
No, second down and 23 after the penalty, and what would have been third down in inches.
Yep.
So a huge break for Missouri State. Can they take advantage? Now the clock does continue to run. That is one benefit for Arkansas State in the penalty. Rayner throws, completes in the flat to Cobb. Cobb makes one man miss. Now he spins into another tackle past the 30-yard line, out of bounds. Gain of about 8 on the play. Third down and long on the way for Arkansas State. 34-21. They lead it over Missouri State. Missouri State needs to get the football back here. They're not going to call a timeout with under 4.5 to play. On 3rd and 15, they're going to try and save one of those timeouts.
You got to be careful here. I think you got to double up Rucker. I mean, he's had a big night. Their best play may be throwing it up to him, see if he can move the sticks.
Closing in on 4 minutes left in the game. 3rd down and 15. Rayner back to throw. Throws. That ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage. It's incomplete. Clock stops with 4 minutes left, and Missouri State is set to get the football back with 2 timeouts left and the 2-minute timeout at their disposal. This game's not over with quite yet.
No, not at all. And a little surprised there that Rayner didn't go to his guy, Rucker, because he had single coverage on him. I like my odds. Throw it up to him, maybe get a flag, but chose not to do that. Great stop on Missouri State, and you get Clark back on the field after that great series they had last possession.
Dash Luke, the leading receiver on the team and one of the more electrifying returners in Conference USA, second-team returner. Back at his own 25. Now he has to retreat after a booming punt. It's put on the ground, muffed by Luke, and it is a mad dash to the football. Arkansas State believes they have it, waiting for the official signal. Have not seen anybody escape the pile quite yet. It is still waiting.
We're taking forever to
the
signal here.
The officials are talking it over. It is close. Now the white hat working over to make the call. Right in front of the Missouri State sideline. They are pushing their case.
By the receiving team, recovered by the kicking team. It's first down, Arkansas State.
There's the call. Arkansas State takes advantage of a massive blunder by Dash Luke. An all-conference returner left it on the field. And the Red Wolves are going to get the football back.
The only thing that could save Missouri State is if his foot was out of bounds when he touched that ball. And maybe that's what they were talking about. If Luke's left foot was out of bounds, but obviously they came together, made the call. That's Red Wolves football.
Even then, that is reviewable, but I think you have to secure possession even though you're out of bounds. It's not like basketball where you touch it out of bounds and it's out of bounds. So either way, it's kind of a wild play, and like you said, completely unfortunate because it takes everything that Missouri State just did to get back in the football game and squanders it entirely. Handoff here to Clay. Clay with running room right side, taken down at the second level, gain of 5. Almost broke that for 6.
Yeah, excellent tackle there in the secondary by Missouri State. But yeah, they get the stop. You're 2 possessions down. You got the momentum after
Missouri
that,
State.
the last few series. And you have another turnover. 2 turnovers, right? 2 fumbles.
You know, even with all of this happening in the first half, remember, Missouri State trailed by 24 at one point in the game, 31-7.
Yes.
They trailed by 24, but even with a 24-point deficit, it boils down to 2 fourth-quarter turnovers. The fumble on the strip sack by Jacob Clark on one end of the field, followed by a now muffed punt on special teams. You take those 2 plays away, possible touchdown drive. They were close to the red zone on the fumble, and then now with all this momentum, they could have been driving for the lead on that play if they held on to it on both occasions.
Good point. Yeah, there's no doubt that they're going to be beating themselves up if they don't find a way to win this game, and then they're going to be looking at those 2 key turnovers in this fourth quarter.
Could be one of those things where you look at those moments in the game and feel heartbroken that you just did not take advantage, couldn't save the game like you're playing an Xbox video game. Handoff here is back to Clay. Clay spun to the ground after a gain of 4, 3rd and inches coming up. And there's the final timeout called by Missouri State. It happens with 3:36 left here in the fourth. And, of course, Arkansas State with a phenomenal kicking situation already in field goal range. That would push the lead to 16. Still a 2-possession game, but Missouri State feels like a missed opportunity here.
Yeah. You hate to see that, especially from such a great player. I mean, a kid that's had really good season, really good career. Dash Loop, really, really good one. And in a moment like that, he's just trying to make a play. I think probably in those moments, you like to see his staff help him out, especially on his sideline. That's a tough ball to make. He's moving to his left, getting to the end, and he's probably not going to do much as he's kind of being pinned to that sideline. Let it bounce, but I know every yard matters. You'd hate for it to continue to roll. That's tough.
3rd down and 1. Arkansas State back to the ground. Clay with running room, breaks a tackle at the 10, makes a move at the 5, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Arkansas State trying to put a cherry on top of this one. However, there is a penalty marker down, and this looks to be going backwards.
Yeah, if it's a hold, it's going to be on Hunter Summers, outside wide receiver that just might have held on a little too
Holding.
long.
Number 3 on the offense. 10 yards from the spot on the foul. It's still 3rd down.
Yeah, Thomas Anderson, quarterback, is still complaining how bad he held him, especially in front of the Arkansas State bench.
And a couple of those holding calls here in the frame. This one goes against the Red Wolves. Still not nearly as penalized as Missouri State, but their yardage starting to stack up a bit. 9 penalties for 85 yards in the game. Takes away a touchdown and sets up 3rd down and 5. Second chance for Missouri State to force this to a field goal. Rayner back to throw, pressured, has to loft it up. Nobody there, looking to the pylon, and looked like Rucker ran about 3 yards too deep into the end zone and could not get back to the football. 4th down, Arkansas State. And on trots Clune Van Andel, who's been tremendous so far in this game as well.
You're still good. Again, this will still be a 2-possession ball game with him making this kid. Really impressed by Missouri State's defense. They've had some key stops where in the first half it just felt like the Arkansas State was taking advantage of them in any possible way they could.
This one from 35 yards out, and the field goal is up. And it is off to the right. He missed it. The first miss by Clune Van Andel from the 30 to 39 yard range all season long. So with the missed field goal, the only thing that is a byproduct or a cost to the detriment of Missouri State are the timeouts. You lost your timeouts.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, your timeouts, and they ate, 30, 35 seconds tops?
About that, yeah.
So that's impressive. It's a good break there for Missouri State. Now they just got to capitalize on an opportunity.
You see just how much Missouri State how quickly, rather, they can drive down the field here. They do have the 2-minute timeout. 3:20 left in the game. They trail by 13 after the missed field goal from Clune Van Andel. Clark throws over the middle. It's tipped and almost intercepted. Diving for the loose football was Brandon Vines at the second level after it was off the hands of the very talented Luke. Excuse me. That was Brandon Barnes, rather, that was diving for it, but it was off the hands of Luke.
Yeah, you like to see Clark have a little more touch on that. Careful and not too much zip in the middle of the field. That's tough to handle.
Second down and 10. Clark steps up now, rolling to his right, directing traffic, throws deep downfield, looking for Makai Cope, but it's out of bounds on the Arkansas State sideline. And after the play, Avante Dickerson was talking to Makai Cope, and a penalty flag flies. He wagged his finger at the opposing wide receiver, and it might be an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
I think you're right. I mean, you just can't do that. And I think here's where Butch Jones he's got to coach them up. They're just not executing. They're losing their cool. That's not you're about to give them a free first down, 15 yards here when they're about to be 3rd and 10.
After the play, unsportsmanlike, number 9 on the defense for taunting. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
So a gift of a first down. However, Missouri State with one of the leaders on their offensive line.
For an injury to an offensive player.
Cash Hudson, the starting center, started every game at center this season. One of just 2 players on this Missouri State offensive line that has played in every game at their respective spot is down at the 20, and he is working off to the sideline very gingerly. So that would be a huge loss on an offensive line that's already down a couple of key starters.
Yeah, hopefully he can return. But yeah, he's the best player up front. I mean, obviously with their left tackle out, but he's a good one. Hopefully he can return and finish this 3:07 left.
First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Missouri State trailing by 13, but with some momentum. Trying to close the gap. They've put up 14 here in the fourth already. Snap back to Clark. Clark lofting it up. There's Dash, caught at the 30. Now it's a foot race inside the 15. He's dragged down from behind at the 5-yard line. Luke Dash making up for an early mistake, and he picks up 59 yards on the pitch and catch.
Boy, speed kills. And, I mean, they drop 8. He just splits the defense. A great throw. A little miscommunication there, because when you're dropping 8, those safeties have to be who's got the middle of the field. They split. He takes it right down the middle, and another excellent throw by Clark. And, boy, what a big momentum here change for Missouri State.
How about the day for Dash Luke? 7 receptions, 169, and 2 touchdowns here in the game. That was his longest reception of the campaign. This is huge, as now a timeout called by Arkansas State.
I didn't see it's
number 12 on the offense. 5 yards, still first down.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known why there was a timeout from Arkansas State, but they took the delay of game to kind of get a bit of a breather, but also to reinsert Cash Hudson into the game, who
maybe
just left because of injury.
Yeah, it looks like Chris says he sees him on the sideline, but he's probably got one more play. But, boy, 71's ready to go to that last play.
That's Logan Scrivener still in at the center spot. 1 appearance this year. This is just the third appearance of his Missouri State tenure playing at center. So it's first down and 11, and now another penalty flag as movement happens up front.
14 penalties from Missouri State today. So you talk about the penalties, the 2 turnovers
Ball
in the
start.
fourth quarter.
Number 66 on the offense. It's 5 yards. It's still first down. Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
That's Mahat Gwe, who is replacing Ebubedike Nabugu, the starting left tackle, not available in the transfer portal for Missouri State, and it's Gwe who is called for the false start. That's crucial.
Yeah.
Because it takes away the 2-minute timeout as well. That snap was going to happen prior to the 2-minute timeout. Now it rolls into it. And Arkansas State continues to be the benefactor from crucial penalties in crucial moments by Missouri State. This game not done quite yet. Coming down to the wire here from the 2025 Xbox Bowl. Arkansas State leading Missouri State 34-21. Back in Frisco after this from Navy Federal Credit Union.
Tim, I'm receiving an important update.
Ooh, are you getting night vision?
No, I just found out you could get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender.
So, no night vision?
No night vision.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org/auto loans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loan must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply.
Before the bright lights on Sunday, before the draft and pro contracts, greatness starts here. It's the East-West Shrine Bowl, January 27th, 2026, at the Ford Center at the Star. A century-old tradition and the first step to NFL stardom. Every play supports game-changing outcomes at Shriners Children's. The 2026 East-West Shrine Bowl. Today's All-Stars, tomorrow's legends. Visit shrinebowl.com for tickets starting at $26. Right after turkey and through the new year, it's bowl season today. From big city lights to cold, snowy nights, it's bowl season today. Our gridiron dreams bring us here for our teams, where the fans tailgate and we all celebrate that it's bowl season today. Happy bowl season, everybody.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
34-21 inside the 2-minute timeout. Missouri State on the doorstep to make this a one-possession game, at one point trailing by 24 points to Arkansas State here in the 2025 Xbox Bowl. Alongside Elvis Gallegos, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Chris Mykowski's down on the sideline with more on a certain Missouri State player.
Well, Connor Lair, what a great story he's been this season, and an honoree for the Capital One Orange Bowl Courage Award. He beat Stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma to return to the field for the Bears. One of so many great stories across college football this season. The Courage Award won by Auburn's Alex McPherson, who overcame Crohn's disease to become one of the nation's best kickers this year.
Outstanding story, trying to pull from some of that inspiration here in the final moments. Jacob Clark back to throw, end zone. It is caught by Jamari A. Robinson. Touchdown Bears. It is a one-possession game in the Xbox Bowl.
Great job by Robinson. You're going to get man coverage. They bring up double blitz. You beat the guy inside, and Clark delivers. He knows where he's going with the ball, puts a good throw on him. Nice job there by Missouri State, finishing off a great series.
1:54 left in the game. Either way, whatever happens on this PAT, it's a one-possession game. It's 34-27. As it is up and through, that's a hell of a good extra point from Yusuf Obi. Find hell of a good dips in stores near you. And now it is an onside kick to decide the Xbox Bowl. You have a feeling that whoever recovers it Of course, if Arkansas State recovers it, it's the ball game.
Correct.
Missouri State can't stop the clock more from this point forward. But if Missouri State recovers, they have all the momentum. They've already put up 21 points despite 2 turnovers here in the fourth quarter.
21 points in the fourth quarter, yeah. Correct.
With 2 turnovers.
Correct. And with all those penalties. And they've been close on some of these kicks. The ball's bounced around. So let's see what happens here. But, boy, it's just been tell 2 halves. You look at Missouri State, I think in the first half they really could stop Arkansas State. And if I'm not mistaken, they've only allowed 137 total yards in the second half. You look at Missouri State, and these guys have put close to 240 yards in the second half. Obviously, majority of that damage in the fourth quarter. So it's just Missouri State finishing strong. Let's see if they get another crack at this.
A couple of the top names that you would anticipate on the hands team for both sides. Corey Rucker, Hunter Summers, 2 of the talented wide receivers for Arkansas State on their end. Connor Lair, who Chris Mikoski just mentioned is one of the best stories in college football, out on the field for Missouri State. Here's your ball game. It's teed up. Takes 1 bounce. It's fumbled initially. Now it's a mad dash for the football. It looks like Arkansas State will recover it, and they do. Reed Linder hops on top. It is Red Wolves football, and that should do it. Arkansas State can run out the clock with 1:51 remaining, leading 34-28.
I want to see the review because it looked like he bobbled it. He just had enough time to fall, to locate it, to jump on it before Missouri State could get there. And it's tough. I mean, this is a big win for Arkansas State. They started so strong, so good, found a way to finish it at the end. But, yeah, there's no doubt Missouri State's going to be looking at this thinking, man, we missed some opportunities here to win it.
Yeah, slow start from Missouri State. Fell behind 31-7. They worked their way all the way back in this game. And they're going to lose by 1 possession in their first bowl game as an FBS program. There's the first snap and the first knee taken by Jalen Rayner. He was great, especially in the first half. 17 for 31 passing, 288 through the air, 3 touchdowns, 1 to Corey Rucker, 1 to Chauncey Cobb, and 1 to Jalen Benelli. That offense was clicking so seamlessly through the first 2 quarters and change. They were fantastic in this game, and that was ultimately all that Arkansas State needed to be victorious.
And he's got another year of eligibility, so watch out, Sunbelt. I mean, this kid can play. he can spin it. I love what Butch is doing. I mean, they got some good young players on this roster, and that conference is dynamite. That's a really, really good conference.
And they outlast a phenomenal performance at the quarterback position from Jacob Clark in his final collegiate game. 25 for 35 passing, 349 yards, and 4 passing touchdowns. Clark did everything he could despite being sacked 9 times, tied for the most by an FBS team this season in a single game. Arkansas State, that front 7 was up to the challenge, and they delivered.
They were very good. And Clark, I mean, I'm really impressed with him. A big physical guy with a big arm, high IQ. Hope to see him get a shot at the next level.
The final knee taken by Jalen Rayner. The final 20 seconds will tick off the clock here from Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Arkansas State completes the road to glory. They're going to win the first ever Xbox Bowl over Missouri State. 34-28 the final score as the clock hits 000.
This is a great game. I mean, obviously it wasn't as close early on, but you and I said this is 2 really good teams that want to be here. Great quarterbacks. I loved what I saw from both teams. I think this bowl game was outstanding. Great venue. I mean, I think this is a really, really good ball moving forward, but love that you had 2 teams that really wanted to be here and played hard till the end, as we saw that from Missouri State. But congratulations to Arkansas State. Great way to finish a good season.
Incredible stuff from Arkansas State, especially in the first half. Chris Mikoski is down on the field. Our hell of a good player of the game is Arkansas State quarterback Jalen Rayner. Find Hell of a Good Dips in stores near you and follow on Instagram at Hell of a Good Dips. Start dipping with Hell of a Good. Chris?
All right, Jalen, started this season at 1-4. You end it as Xbox Bowl champions. Looking back to after that 5th game with that record, how did you think were going to get here? How did you execute it?
It's all about the resiliency, composure,